Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Testing, testing. One, two, three. I'm doing a quick little random live stream just because I was struck with the urge to. Damn. I was just struck with the urge to do a random live stream. If y'all can see me, if y'all can hear me clearly, let me know because I'm using these headphones right now, so they might not be the best quality. Actually, they're Beats headphones, but I don't know how it is with recording. I'm over here at an undisclosed location doing this live stream. It's about 12:52 p.m. on a Wednesday, and I have no necessary reason to be doing this other than the fact that I'm off. I was scrolling YouTube and I saw a video I wanted to react to. So maybe I'm gonna just let this live on the channel. I already know the usual suspects maybe probably won't be in the chat tonight. Probably won't be that many people in the chat at all tonight. Or this afternoon, actually, because it's Wednesday, y'all probably at work. So shout out to everybody that's gonna watch this back. If you can hear me though, I need at least one person to let me know you can hear me in the chat because we have a special, not a special guest, but we have a special video that we want to discuss today. So let me show you what video we're talking about. Booyah, our good old friend Conscious TV. Shout out to Conscious TV. Again, I need to make sure that y'all hear me loud and clearly. Shout out to good old Conscious TV. We've had him on the channel actually maybe twice. Maybe I think he's been on the channel at least twice. I've been on his channel at least twice. Um, and the reason why we've been on each other's channel, well, mainly was because we had disagreements about each other's, I guess, ideals. Disagreement of ideals, we'll call it. So I want to try my best to keep this stream as respectful as possible, right? We're gonna do what we can to keep this stream respectful. We're not going to do any name calling other than, you know, definition name calling. You can call somebody something if they by definition fit that. Oh my lord. I'll tell you what, when you're sitting out here in nature, some of the ladies that walk by here, I'll tell you what. Anyway, so if y'all can hear me, let me know. But we're going to do our best to keep this thing very cordial. And we're just going to discuss the information at hand. So if you're not familiar with this gentleman goes by the name of Conscious TV. Now, Conscious TV is a very interesting character for a number of reasons. Conscious TV actually contacted me maybe 3 years ago now, 2 to 3 years ago, and he told me he was a fellow YouTuber and he really loved my work and he wanted to have a discussion about black men and black women, right? So that's when I said, okay, wow, cool. And this was, I think this was on my first channel. Yeah, this actually was on my first channel when I had this discussion with this gentleman, and he reached out to me, and he said he was a fan of my work, and he watches my content, and he wanted to have me on a discussion to try to possibly talk about the black community, in particular, repairing the rift between black men and black women. So that was the first impression or the first circumstance in which I ran into the brother Conscious TV, right? Um, and so from then, I was excited. I said, and this was my first channel, so I was always reaching out. I'm still doing that, but I was really reaching out to a lot of different content creators. I wanted to do, interviews, and I wanted to do all this type of stuff. So when this person reached out to me and said they were a YouTube content creator, I said, "Wow, let's do it." I didn't know how many subscribers he had or anything like that. Then when I went to his page, Turns out he had at the time, I want to say like 20,000, maybe 22, 23,000 subscribers. And I was saying to myself, wow, this guy has 23,000 subscribers, basically 25,000 subscribers, and he's watching my content. So I said, man, that's a pretty big deal. You know what I mean? That's a pretty big deal. So what I did was I said, okay, I'll accept your interview, and I didn't even ask any questions. Somebody put that in the chat. Don't ask no questions. Matter of fact, I need to make sure y'all can hear me because I know nobody's going to be live right now because it's still early, but I just wanted this to live on the channel. I could have done this tonight when I know most people are going to be on the stream, but nah, I just wanted to do this right now while the feeling is still new. Um, by the way, if you're in the chat, like I said, let me know if you can hear me clearly. Hold on, let me check it. Let me make sure that y'all can hear me clearly because I'm on these headphones right now and I'm in a public space. I'm not going to be able to really scream too loud. Hold on. So I'm on these headphones right now. Oh, yeah, y'all can hear that. Y'all can definitely hear that. Okay, cool. Y'all can definitely hear that. So back to Conscious TV. Mr. Conscious TV is someone that reached out to me 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and he told me he wanted to have a conversation. Now, ever since then, a lot of people know what has transpired between me and him. Since then, we've had a number of debates. The first debate, it turned into, okay, so I'm skipping steps here. So not only did he tell me he was a fan of my work and he wanted to have a conversation about the rift between black men and black women, when I go on his channel and I realized he had 20,000 subscribers, I was like, wow. And then I couldn't help but notice when I went to his videos that he was, how do I say, he fit a different, he fit a different stereotype or a different image than what I assumed a heterosexual male, black male would fit. I went to his page thinking I'm going to find a heterosexual black male, and I found someone that presented, at least, at the very least, to be different than the stereotypical black male. Now, why am I talking like this and why am I speaking like this? Because if you haven't noticed, in America, now we have to be very, very particular with the words that we use, okay? I need somebody to please put that in the chat when you get into the chat. We have to be very particular with the words that we use. Now, back to Mr. Conscious TV. I'm not here to disparage or, necessarily disrespect Mr. Conscious TV. I would like to refute, of course, some of his points, but we've done that multiple times. I've actually had conversations with him on his channel and on my channel. The first conversation ended up being, I believe, 10 hours. That's still on his channel, if I'm not mistaken. You can go look through this man's channel, and you will see the video that me and him have with over 10 hours straight conversation, straight debate. And I'm not even exaggerating. You know how people be like, oh, we were talking for 10 hours. No, 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 no. We literally went on live stream, and we had an entire conversation. I believe they had some callers and all that, but the whole thing was a 10-hour stream, okay? So that was one of them. Then he came on my channel a number of times. The last time he was on my channel, it was a 7-hour stream, if I'm not mistaken. So we've had enough conversation, me and this man, to just say, okay, we'll agree to disagree. This is the reason why I said I'm not necessarily interested in having him on my channel again, because we could just agree to disagree, right? Now, the reason why I'm having this conversation today is because the Beehive is now seemingly separated. There might be trouble in paradise, right? And I want you guys to understand the complexity of it, but also how ironic it is that this stuff is happening like this. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, we've been talking about this on the last few streams where, and some people say this is just propaganda. Some people just say this is social media stuff. But as I continue to tell you, and I might even make a stream called that, social media is a real place. the internet is a real place. Now, are there people on the internet who are just saying outlandish stuff for the sake of it and trying to stir up drama for the sake of it? Yes. But there are the same type of people in real life. And also, I want you to know that the internet is one of the last places where you can actually speak your mind, okay? This is what we have to understand. The internet is one of the last places you can actually speak your mind. So when we talk about conscious TV, right? And I hope my internet is doing all right now, speaking of the internet, because I'm in public. I'm using this Wi-Fi. I don't have my Wi-Fi router with me. Maybe. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if everything's good right now, by the way. So when we're talking about conscious TV, let's bring it back to the gentleman conscious TV. He represents a unique character or a unique element in this beehive. And if you don't know what we're talking about, when we talk about the beehive, we're talking about womanhood, as it were, traditional, or should I say modern womanhood. Is everybody part of the beehive? Not necessarily. Can everybody be part of the beehive? Yeah, technically. So this is a deep topic, right? But I'm going to do a response video to this video right here. Now, I have to give some context for the people who don't know what's going on. On social media, there's a big debate, and a lot of videos have been made about the topic of a real woman versus a trans woman, or a quote-unquote cis woman versus a trans woman, right? A lot of debate has been going on to the point where some people have made videos, and I showed you the videos before. We're not going to show them again because you can go back and watch those. But just for the sake of argument, the first video was from the first video that got the debate sparked was from a male. Listen to me closely, guys. Can somebody put that in the chat? A male who identifies as a woman. We have to see, there's a very thin line between playing into delusion versus being very particular with your wording. And this is what I learned in our many debates with Conscious TV. It's a very thin line between giving into your delusion and allowing the conversation to go on for on and on and on versus using the particular language. So in this conversation of man, woman, male, female, we have to use the precise language. Why? So as to eliminate all debate. Because remember, we don't like to have hamster wheel conversations over here. We don't do that. Talk to me in the chat. I need to see at least one person in the chat right now to know that somebody can hear this before YouTube probably, because I haven't even warmed up or anything yet, and it's still early. Oh, oh my God, my porno. Hold on. Whoopsies. I accidentally spilled my porno all over the place. Just pretend like the Men in Black, like you didn't see that, okay? Now let's get back to the topic. The conversation at hand is, what is a real woman? We're not even going to talk about men today. Well, I'm not going to talk about men. I'm not going to bring up the man today, because one video that went viral was a male saying that women don't own womanhood and women don't own periods, right? So this is the video that sparked debate, and like I said, if you didn't see it, maybe I can pull it up, but I think I already deleted that, so I'm going to move forward, because now we're talking about this video. I'm just telling you what led up to this conversation. One trans person said that these women don't own periods, and then Jess Hilarious, who is a black woman comedian, she came out and said, y'all are trying to be like us. You could never be like us. You can never give birth. You can never this and that, right? So this is when what I call the cat fight began. Ooh, that's a good one. Leonard, that's a good one. The cat fight. That might be a name of a video too. I have one called the Beehive. I definitely got to make the video called the Beehive just to introduce the conversation. But cat fight might be the name of the next one to show all this going on, because the Beehive is having a cat fight right now, and there's so many elements that you have to understand is going on. Now, first of all, inside the Beehive, can somebody put that in the chat? What up, Jay? Jay, I know I don't ever usually go live this early, but I was off, and I just wanted to have this conversation anyway. Uh, Inside the Beehive, there are many factors. There are many type of worker bees. For instance, there's of course the black woman. You would think that the Beehive was just the black woman, right? Or the Beehive was just women in general, right? No, 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 not in 2023. Maybe if we're talking about the Beehive in 2020 in 2001, that would have been the case. But in 2023, the year of the seven, actually, this is what's going on. So the Beehive is not only the black woman, the Beehive is also the transgender, right? And the Beehive can also be the flamboyant gay male. Okay? So we need to remember that for future discussions. The Beehive can not only be the woman, but it can also be the flamboyant male, or it could also be the transgender. So now let's get back to Conscious TV, because he's the whole reason for this. He's the reason for the season, right? Because Conscious TV represents a very unique element in the Beehive that's rarely talked about, guys. Don't you understand that? Because now that black women and the transgender community are going at it, even though we've talked about this, we've warned you guys that this was going to happen. In the class, we've been warning you. We've been showing you the signs. We've been showing you all the little sneak disses. But we told you that the reason why they weren't fighting out in public was because they were both fighting the black man. Now that they basically said that they all said that the black man ain't shit, you've all relegated the black man to a piece of trash. You basically, it's like beating a dead horse. So eventually, what happens when the family members who are the problem, once you leave the equation, they start fighting each other. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but in my own family dynamic, I'm not blaming anybody, but allegedly I was this big hostile person in my family and in the household. And but then when I became homeless and I was nowhere in the picture, I'm hearing through the grapevine that all hell is breaking loose over there. I'm hearing through the grapevine that with my family, this person's not talking to that person. This person formed an allegiance with that person. But wait a minute, I thought Joshua was the problem. I thought Joshua was the problem. Same thing when your baby mama leaves you. 9 times out of 10, if your baby mama leaves you, she's not gonna go find somebody better. Let's think about it, guys. Oh, Prince Charming, you're gonna go. Yeah, Prince Charming, right? You're gonna leave your baby daddy and find Prince Charming. Yeah, he's Prince Charming until he takes those panties off a few times. When he's tired of that pastrami sandwich between your fucking legs, then he's gonna treat you worse than the initial baby daddy. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the dynamics of the Beehive. Can somebody put that in the chat? The different dynamics of the Beehive. And I can't be too long today. I don't have a backup battery and all this other stuff, but I just want to speak this. And if y'all can hear me, put 3 sevens in the chat. So Conscious TV represents a very unique element in this entire conversation. What does Conscious TV represent? He represents the gay flamboyant black male in the Beehive. Do you understand that? Are you understanding that Conscious TV in this element represents the flamboyant gay black male in the Beehive? Remember I told you there's natural, real, quote unquote, cisgendered women. There's the transgender who identify as women, and then there's the flamboyant, saucy Santana, Conscious TV, flamboyant black male. Now, again, this is no disrespect to Conscious TV. Me and Conscious, we have a special, a special bond. Let's just call it like that. I turned him into a pack, but I allowed him to walk away. You ever turn? Very rarely, I turned Conscious into a pack, but I allowed him to continue his business. It's and I don't want to, you know what? I'm not even going to go there because I said I'm not going to be even shady or disrespectful. I'm not going to be shady to Conscious TV. Shout out to Conscious TV. Somebody put his channel in the chat so y'all can check out what he talks about. Go check out, he has about almost 50,000 subscribers. Shout out to him. And go tell me what type of content that Mr. Conscious TV makes. Maybe I need to make content like Mr. Conscious TV to get 50,000 subscribers, because right now I can't even scratch 500, right? But let's continue. So Mr. Conscious TV, who is hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. Mr. Conscious TV, who is the very rare element in the Beehive called the flamboyant gay black male, he reached out to me about 3 years ago, and he told me he wanted to have a discussion about repairing black men and black women's problems. Because at that time, this is when the social media was really starting to bubble with black men versus black women. And now it's a full-on war, as you know, between black men and black women, at least on social media. Some people would say this is a fake war. Some people would say this is just online. I would beg to differ. I would beg to maybe art imitates life or vice versa, because you can't tell me that none of the elements from social media aren't lingering into real world, whether it's social media influencing the real world or real people going to social media to vent. Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Follow me, guys. Somebody put that in the chat. Follow me. If you're following me so far and I'm not moving too fast for you, then please press follow me. But if you're saying I'm speaking a little too fast, maybe you need to listen a little faster so I don't got to slow up for you to catch up, bitch. You remember we said that? 50 Cent. I said if you listen a little faster, I wouldn't have to slow down for you to catch up. Now, Conscious TV first called on to me, and he told me, I want to repair this bond between black men and black women, right? And I said, wow, that's amazing. And you have 25,000 subscribers. When I went to his channel, guys, I find out that he was homosexual after he openly talked about it on his videos, right? And then did that change my perception? No. Did that make me not want to work with him? No. Did that make me cancel the fucking interview like a homophobe? No. I said, okay. All I did was I became curious. I said, okay, well, Conscious TV wants to have a discussion with me. He's openly, flamboyantly gay, proudly gay in all of his videos, but he tells me that he's been a follower and a fan of my content for a long time. Well, if that's true, in the past 2-3 years, you can't say you've been following me for the past 2-3 years and you've never seen a video on my thoughts on the LGBT community. I mean, I've been talking about it since Lil Nas and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. So, is that Jimmy? No, that's not Jimmy. So, my thing is this, Conscious, if you're listening, because I know sometimes Conscious jumps in the chat every now and then. The thing is this, man. You were deceitful when you first met me, and you told me that you wanted to do this for this reason, when actually you did not. You were not interested, in my opinion, in repairing the bond between black men and black women. What you were doing was you were trying to play. I'm watching you too. The same way you're watching me, I'm watching you too. Just so you know, I've been watching you just like you're watching me. Now I'm in my zone. You gotta give me my chance, because I'm the same person like you are. I can see everything you see. Just so you know, okay? So, back to my point, guys. Conscious TV joined the conversation, and he tried to be a wedge between black men and black women and say, yes, I'm going to bridge the gap. Since then, he has not been truthful about his intentions. And what we're going to watch in this video today is a manifestation of that, right? Because now that you cannot or you should not blame black men for what's going on, and just in case anybody's coming in the chat, we're talking about how the transgender community is now claiming womanhood, and natural, real, cisgendered women are offended by that. And you can't blame black men for that, because now women are fighting each other, right? Women are fighting each other. Somebody put that in the chat. The girls, the hot girl summer. And I just had to put this little Jezebel in her place. This little Jezebel's been sitting next to me outside this whole time, but trying to figure out my energy and shit like that. So now, see, that's the problem with me. I'm J-Lethal. I have to hide my J-Lethal all the time. And what happens is I was just calm. I had my glasses on when she was doing this the whole time. But now I'm in my J-Lethal bag, and now I'm bringing my spirit out. And now she's trying to stare me down. I had to let her know, ma'am, I'm that guy. I'm that one. Remember when? And I'm not calling myself Christ at all. But you know, when Christ, imagine even Christ, when he walked on the scene, they knew who the fuck he was. Like his love, the people who loved him and the people who hated him, um, knew who Christ was. Talk to me in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure this is working. Brother Sly, Brother Sly said him downstairs. Brother Sly, I know you're new in the chat. You cannot be disrespectful in the chat right now. I'm trying to discuss what's going on. We're trying our best not to be disrespectful. I told you. We don't need to be disrespectful. We discuss the information at hand, because what happens is when we be disrespectful, they use that as a reason to say that we're wrong. They shift the conversation to that. Jay, can you understand that? When you start making ad hominem attacks like they do, they'll call you out for it, even though they do the same thing. When you if you shift the narrative any way away from the initial point, or if you allow them to drift the conversation anyway away from the initial point, that's where they got you. And I can admit that a large percentage of the conversation with me and Mr. Conscious TV, and if you haven't seen them, I have a few of them on my channel, and there's some of them on his channel. But a large percentage of my mistake, or what I learned, I won't call it a mistake, because this is my first time doing it. You can't make a mistake when it's your first time doing it. This is my first time having a conversation on a platform with somebody I vehemently disagree with, someone who lives a contrary lifestyle to what I live, to where we both are speaking, we both have a platform. So I didn't know what to expect. We end up having a 20, 30-hour conversation, and what I learned from that was that if you are not very precise with your language, and if you are not very clear, it's like, here's the thing, guys. You have to write down. And I'm gonna get to the video in a minute. I just want to set up why I'm talking about this subject. You're gonna have to start writing down what happened or what's your point. Somebody put that in the chat. You have to start writing down what your point is, because if you have a debate with these people, they will take up 50 minutes. If you allow them and you don't give them a timer, they will go for 50 minutes and you will forget your point. You said, hey, so you can, let's just say you're in a debate and you say, is 1 + 1 2? Yes or no? They're going to say, well, in my in not all experiences 1 = 1. What do you mean by 1? Because in Chinese the word 1 means many. And so if you're saying 1 + 1, are you saying many plus many? Like, they're going to change the whole thing. And your main question was, what is 1 + 1? You see? So let's get to this video real quick, because I don't want to take too much of your time. But understand that the reason why this video that you're about to watch is happening is because the Beehive is fighting. The transgenders talked about the natural women, and they don't own periods and this and that. And then the natural woman clapped back and said, you can't have birth. You can't be a natural woman. And remember, this is one thing. And Solo Dolo, who may or may not slide through tonight, this morning or this afternoon, he said it very, very eloquently. Shout out to Solo. Solo Dolo said, we need to stay out of this. And talk to me in the chat, gentlemen, if you believe we need to stay out of this. Or should we, at the very least, stay out of it, but we should broadcast it? I think, me personally, I think we should stay out of it, but we should definitely broadcast it. We should definitely be the cameraman. We should definitely be eating popcorn. Talk to me in the chat. We don't have to be a part of this conversation. You know that, right, guys? Because even though the transgenders are technically male, they are identifying as women, and they're making the claim that they are women. You see that? So I want to show you guys some of this video real quick. Because technically, like I said, if you're asking me or if you're asking somebody like Solo Dolo, they're going to say we need to sit out. We need to just eat our popcorn with this. For some reason, I have the inclination to show it. I'm definitely not going to jump in it because the reason why Solo said we need to stay out of it is because what's going to happen is they're going to shift the conversation right back to who? Us. So that's the funny part about it. We're in a very rare and weird predicament where the black man is not being the black masculine heterosexual man, however you want to call it, the cisgendered man is not being blamed right now. This is once in a lifetime, guys. I need you guys to understand why I'm making this video. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity that the black man is not being blamed. Now it's transgender versus the woman, right? So if y'all can hear me, let me know, and I'm going to start this video. Let me refresh the page, though, because I don't know if my internet's tripping or not. Let me refresh this page. What the fuck, guys? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure my audio is still set to my... All right, y'all can hear me, right? Let me open this screen up again just so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'm willing to say this is somewhat of an exposed video as well because I wanted to expose how a lot of times these people are not necessarily in your corner, right? Especially if we're talking about the black woman. A lot of the people who seem like they're your so-called allies, you turn to the left, the white man and the white woman, they're egging you on and giving you the thumbs up. Yeah, you can do it. You know, you look to the side, you see everybody else encouraging you to twerk on the tables, even though no other nation of women are allowed to twerk on the tables. Their men won't allow them. So you bought into the lie that you had all these allies. I wanted to show you that somebody like Conscious TV is not an ally to black women. And every single thing that he tells us that we're doing about being the patriarchy and being, bullying and we're not making room for their feelings. Think about all of the different shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right that the women and transgender people in particular have said to black men. They have said we're invalidating their feelings. We're not all type of just fantastical Kamala Harris word salad type bullshit, right? And if you're just getting in the chat, peace to anybody who's just getting in the chat. But I want to show you guys some of this. Let's get straight to it, guys. Tell me if you guys can hear this real quick. Yeah, tell me if you guys can hear this next audio.
Anyway, about Max is that they are very bougie, okay? MacBooks are not for the streets, girl. They are very much so monogamous.
Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Talk to me in the chat if y'all was able to hear the here. If you were able to hear the gentleman. Hold on. Forgive me for the internet, guys. I don't know if y'all can hear this.
We're discussing that on an academic level. I'm going to use academic terms. okay, so that we can have a whole entire inner and overstanding of things, okay? Because I personally don't use cisgendered. Um, I use Carolyn. Hi, Anna. I mean, your gender is really irrelevant.
Talk to me in the chat. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? I need to make sure y'all hear this in the chat. Brother Sly, you hear this, right? Aaron, you're able to hear all this. Now, this is the video with Jess Hilarious. Now, mind you, this is a person who's supposed to be standing in the gap. Can somebody put that in the chat? This is a black flamboyant gay male. He's not part of the conversation either, guys. Do you understand that? Do you understand that the same way that the black man is not part of, remember how you told black men you don't have a uterus or whatever the stuff, so you can't have this conversation when it came down to Roe versus Wade and all the different shaming tactics you gave us to shut us up. Now, the black flamboyant gay male is not a part of the conversation when it comes time to women versus transgenders. And when we're talking transgender, we're talking the person who walks around with possibly fake breasts, you know, literally shaving their Adam's apple. We found out from the last video that some of these women are, some of these men are shaving their Adam's apple down, right? So these are transgenders. Conscious TV is not a transgender, and he even admits that he's not a transgender. So where does he fit in the conversation? Now, me, that's why I said I'm just giving my observations like Brother Sly. I'm giving my observations. I'm saying the same thing that I've been saying, and I'm stepping out of it, but I'm also broadcasting the fact that they are indeed fighting, right? But now I need you to notice how Conscious TV immediately comes in, and we're not going to play the whole video because, you know, like I said, you give them 1 minute to talk, they talk for 5 hours. So this stream was literally 5 hours, but we're not going to play all that. But I want you to notice some of the themes. First of all, he comes in 6 minutes, right, 5, 6 minutes right off the bat. He's already defending the transgender who made the initial video. Remember, the war started in the streets. It was already bubbling, but the war publicly started when the transgender community said, you're not gatekeeping womanhood. And nobody came out and checked this transgender or said that this transgender was wrong. Nobody tried to, none of that, right? So that's where the beef started. So why is Conscious coming in the chat already defending the transgender? And I'm gonna let you see the type of babble. Somebody put that in the chat. The type of babble that goes on over here. Let me know if you guys can see this, because I don't know if my internet is fucking up or whatever. Even if it's choppy, guys, just listen to it. It might be choppy at certain moments, but just listen.
And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts.
This is just hilarious, girl. She's about to respond, girl. She's hello, okay?
Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed?
Oh, and before we even get to pushing it, before we even get to push it, before we go any further, let me go ahead and get some of y'all straight right now. In this conversation, the word cisgender is going to be used. When I'm referring to you personally, I'm gonna call you by your fucking name. But when we're discussing the subject of sexuality and gender, and we're discussing that on an academic level, I'm going to use academic terms, okay? So that we can have a whole entire.
Somebody put that in the chat. Conscious TV said he's going to use scientific terms, so that's why he's using cisgender. Can somebody find me in the science book? And I saw this comment in your comment section, Conscious. I was reading the live chats on this particular stream, And the live chats, a lot of them were eating his ass up. Isn't it a beautiful time to be alive? I remember a time when I went to Conscious TV's comment section and the entire thing was filled with people who felt like him and weren't even open to any other line of conversation. See, of course, every channel is going to have people. It's like going to be an echo chamber to a certain extent. That's the reason why they subscribe to you. They like what you're talking about. So even with my chat, of course, 95% of the people in the chat are going to agree with me. But the difference between my people conscious and your people, even though you got 50,000 subscribers, the difference between my little subscribers is that we allow conversation. We can shut our fucking mouth at least for 30 seconds to allow you to make a point. If you're not going to babble the fuck on, if you're going to build 1 + 1 = 2, my people are here for it. But see, Conscious TV, what you're going to find is not only does he babble, but in between the babbling of Mr. Conscious TV, you're going to find a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of contradictions, immediate contradictions. And I also want you to remember that this man is not the friend of black women. Yeah, he might be the home girl. Do you understand the difference between a home girl and a friend, or a homeboy and a friend? Yeah, that's my homeboy. I know that. That's my homeboy over there. You know, that's my homeboy. We smoke weed over there. That's my homeboy from the basketball courts. Versus that's my friend. That's my real friend. I know what he's scared of. I know what he's afraid of. I know his favorite food. I know when he's in pain. That's a homeboy. That's a homegirl. I mean, that's a friend. That's a friend. A homegirl is what Conscious TV is. Yeah, you're gonna go get together to do all the bullshit, but when it comes time to real conversation, you're gonna prove your loyalty. So this gentleman, Conscious TV, started. Somebody put that in the chat. 15 minutes in, he's already lying. How is he lying? Well, he says he's using scientific terms. That's the reason why he's using the word cis. Now remember, I need somebody else to put this in the chat. One of the main beefs that women are having now, and they vocalize this, the overwhelming majority of women do not appreciate being called cis. Somebody put that in the chat. And I'm not talking about cis like sister, like, hey sis. No, cis, CIS, every time you put it in front of a woman. So I'd say probably the main point in this beef, and I need you to remember there's a few different elements of this beef, is that the biological female, listen to what I'm saying, guys, and I need somebody to do that too. Put me the definition of a female and put me the definition of a woman, right? Because we're going to talk about it. Because now they're trying to change definitions, which is again what they've been doing. But when y'all were okay with them, you wanted to call us chauvinistic and toxic and all this stuff, right? But the fact of the matter is they've been changing definitions in front of our face. And on a side note, the red man stole the word woke from us. Can somebody put that in the chat? The red man stole the word woke, and now the transgender stole the word woman. Can somebody put that in the chat? Listen to me closely, guys. I said the red man stole the word woke right in front of your face. And you know what woke means. And in the same way, the transgender has stole the word woman, even though you know what it means.
Yeah, man.
As already this man is taking a position. Already this man says, I'm gonna call you cis, whether you like it or not. Well, Conscious, don't you understand that that's a large part of the beef? A large part of the beef is that the women do not want to be called cis. A large part of the beef is that the women do not understand why they need to be called cis. A large part of the beef is that the word cis is not a medical term as it relates to gender. They try to say, and then they say cis is Latin, the Latin root word of on this side of. So let me just give you guys a side note, because again, they have an excuse, or should I say a delusional excuse for every single form of logic. So when you say that cis isn't even a fucking normal word, they're going to say, well, Basically, cis just means that you identify with the gender that the doctor handed out to you. Do you see? This is the way that they get away from accountability. This is the way that they can try to insinuate that, there's a little wiggle room. And they're also basically insinuating the possibility that the doctor made a mistake. YouTube, stop fucking with my numbers because I was just at 10. Now you took me down to 3. Don't do that. I need everybody to comment right now to let me know that I got more than 3 people in this chat because they play with my numbers. I was just at 11, 12. Now you took me down to 3, YouTube. I'm watching everything. And I have my separate channel open and I'm watching the stream on my separate channel. You're not giving me the numbers for that. But fuck it. This video is just to live on my channel. I'm not even doing this video for numbers. So now, Conscious TV is already taking a stand in this fight. He's supposed to be wedging the gap. Do you see how every time he's supposed to be wedging the gap, he always ends up taking a side? He's supposed to be, when he came through for me, the black man and the black woman, he's supposed to be, I'm just a gay man and I'm just standing on the outside. I want to help you guys settle your differences. Now that the transgenders and the women are going at it, he's still playing like I'm just a gay man. Just, I don't identify as trans. I'm just playing, but he automatically discounted the women's feelings because somebody put that in the chat. Isn't this what they tell us that we're doing? We're discounting their feelings and we're dismissing their experience and all this other bullshit. Isn't that what they say? Okay, so if we're dismissing their experience and all this other goofy shit, how come you're doing that right now? The women overwhelmingly, it's not just social media conscious. The women overwhelmingly are telling you they don't want to be called cis. But what did you say? Let's listen. Let's listen. Let's listen to them.
Straight right now. In this conversation, the word cisgendered is going to be used. When I'm referring to you personally, I'm going to call you by your fucking name. But when we're discussing the subject of sexuality and gender, and we're discussing that on an academic level, I'm going to use academic terms, okay? So that we can have a whole entire inner and overstanding of things, okay? Because I personally don't use cisgendered. I use Carolyn. Hi, Anna. I mean, your gender is really irrelevant, but when it comes to conversation, that includes everybody. Trans persons, biological persons. I'm going to swing all up in between the word bio, the word natural born, the word cisgendered, etc. Okay, but for educational purposes, you will hear the term cisgendered, and it will be a general reference to those women who are natural born. And
Okay, do we see the problem with that? Do y'all see that? Do you see? He's already telling you what reality is. He's telling you women, no, you're going to be called cisgender because it's an academic term. Do you see how they can literally gaslight you? This is insane. And the only reason why I'm breaking this down, what up, MoFax? And by the way, I've had many conversations with this personal gentleman. It literally went on for like 30 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. I have all the footage. The reason why these people are the reason why the conversations get so long and you never get to any bottom line with these people, because they will tiptoe and dance and slither and Harlem shake around the facts. Can somebody put that in the chat? These people will Harlem shake around the facts, and they will move the goalposts so much you forgot what sport you're playing. You thought you were playing football. Okay, you're at the 50-yard line. Okay, I'm at the 50-yard line. We're playing football. I got to go 50 yards and then I can score. You go 50 yards. Now this motherfucker says, "Well, you didn't make the basket." What do you mean you didn't make the basket? I thought we were playing football and I thought the goal was just make it to 50 yards from here. So I made it to 50 yards. Now you talking about I didn't shoot the basket. So now I shoot the basket. I shoot the three-pointer. I make the three-pointer nothing but net. You're telling me I didn't kick the ball right. Wait a minute. I didn't kick the ball right. You just said we were playing basketball. I have to shoot the basket. No, I have to kick the ball because you were talking about soccer. So now I become Pele, or I become, what's this nigga's name, Ronaldo, and I start playing soccer now. I'm kicking the ball soccer now. I forgot what sport I was initially playing. I forgot why I was here. This is how much they literally moved the goalpost. Put a 7 in the chat if you could understand that. And see, the reason why I really hate YouTube is because, well, I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube, is because they don't let me have these conversations with a large number of people. And I know how you guys feel. I know you guys understand how I feel. But we need to have people who can call in logically who disagree, so we can righteously just put this conversation to bed. The problem is, I would invite Conscious TV on here to show him the problem. You guys know I would do that. First of all, can y'all even hear me? Because I know my internet is fucking up. You guys know I would do that. You know I would invite Conscious onto the stream, but the fact of the matter is he's going to be talking forever and ever 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 and ever. And I just don't have time for him to talk forever without explaining. See, with me, I said it. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on. I said it. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. And logically who disagree. Okay, so yeah, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. So with me, when I say, hey, we need to knock this. Sorry, when I say, hey, we might need to knock these women's head between the washer dryer. I don't need an hour to explain why we need to knock these women's head between the washer dryer. And I'm gonna stand on it, and I'm gonna say it in less than probably 3 minutes, less than 30 seconds. I'm gonna explain why their heads need to be between the washer dryer. You understand that? But with Conscious TV, he needs 5 hours to explain what a woman is and to tell you that you don't even understand it. Let's watch. Let's watch. My bad. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get back to the point. Because this whole video is long, but I want to show you this important part right here.
And that natural born women want to be offended over, girl, is an academic term that still includes everybody. Trans persons, biological persons. I'm going to swing all up in between the word bio, the word natural born, the word cisgendered, etc. Okay, but for educational purposes, you will hear the term cisgendered, and it will be a general reference to those women who are natural born. And if that's something that natural born women want to be offended over, girl, is an academic term that still means natural fucking born. That's not that. Look, you gotta argue with another motherfucker for that. I'm not the bitch, but none of that tonight. I'm already tired, and I don't feel like cussing nobody ass out. If you triggered by the term cisgender, get your natural born ass up out of the damn chat. If you a natural born man who don't like the term cis, if you a natural born woman who don't like the damn term cis, get your natural born ass on into somebody else live chat, baby. I'm not about to cater.
You see this already? So this is a war, and a large part of the war is these women don't want to be called cis, and automatically Conscious is telling you what side he stands on. He says, if you don't like this, think about it. I thought this was supposed to, and later on he opened up a panel. So this dude wants to open up a panel, but he says, before I open up the panel, if you are one of the women that don't like to be called cis, get out of my chat. Go somewhere else, because I don't feel like cursing you out. Do you hear this, guys? This is the person who wanted me to believe that I'm disrespectful and I'm unreasonable. This is the person whose chat came all into my chat, and all of you, or should I say 90% of y'all that are listening right now, ran away when Conscious TV came to the chat. That's another thing that we'll talk about another time. How the people that was in my chat ran away from these people when they're clearly delusional. You ran away. You could have held it down and shown that we have solidarity, and you ran away because you were too pussy and you didn't even know how to combat the Beehive. Don't think I forgot. I'm calling all of y'all out in the chat right now, except for the few people who called in and were there on that day and did not leave. Conscious TV brought all of his Beehive over here, had hundreds of people in this chat, and y'all ran away. I read the comments. You said, I'm out of here. You niggas ran like Scooby-Doo. Talk to me in the chat. Don't think I forgot how you niggas ran like Scooby-Doo.
Tell them niggas why you mad, son. Tell them niggas why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son.
Now that the conversation is finally being had on a public stage, don't run now. And now that the Beehive is fighting each other, maybe you guys can see what I've been talking about. Let's run the footage.
If I
Hold on, let me run the footage. Let me get it right, y'all. I want to show you this, and then I'm going to show you the panel. We're not going to take too long, because I'm not going to show all this delusional shit. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to show.
that natural born women want to be offended over, girl, is an academic term that still means natural fucking born. That's not that. Look, you got to argue with another motherfucker for that. I'm not the bitch for none of that. Tonight, I'm already tired, and I don't feel like cussing nobody ass out. If you triggered by the term cisgender, get your natural born ass up out of the damn chat. If you a natural born man who don't like the term cis, if you a natural born woman who don't like the damn term cis, get your natural born ass on into somebody else live chat, baby. I'm not about to cater to none of the fuck shit tonight. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move that out loud.
To be mentally insane. What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We're the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only.
Can y'all hear me? Just so we're clear, can y'all hear me? Somebody put tell this dude right here, either can you call in to this person right here who left this comment? Can you call in? Either call in or do me a favor, go to Conscious TV's channel and tell him that I am live. I know he probably sent you. So tell, he either sent you or you were summoned. You were summoned. So do me a favor, either call in. I would love to hear you tell us all about how you feel about Conscious TV right here live. You don't have to show your face. You can just let us hear your voice. Please call in and let us know how you feel, brother. Because remember, we don't want to, over here, we don't like to block anybody, or we don't want to assume anybody's a troll, and we don't want to be homophobic. So go ahead and call in and tell us how you feel. But before you do that, let's continue to hear a little bit of Conscious TV. Ah, why do I keep on pressing that fucking button? Hold on. I keep on rewinding the video back to the beginning on accident. By the way, fair use allows citizens such as myself to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, video disc under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and or parody, which does not infringe on copyright 17 U.S.C. 107.
On into somebody else live chat, baby. I'm not about to cater to none of the fuck shit tonight. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move that out loud.
To be mentally insane. What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us.
Ooh.
You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Ooh.
Like, hello?
Wow.
When the transphobia just comes out.
Yeah, okay, great. Y'all see, girl, Miss Jess. Miss Jess hilarious, girl. She didn't find anything hilarious about it.
Now, let me do something real quick. Hashtag stick with me, God. Hashtag stick with me. Let me share this tab instead. If y'all can hear me, let me know because I'm always trying to get my internet right. But let me see something real quick. Why do these people be giving me these suggestions like this? The algorithm is weird sometimes. Um, History, library. Let me show you. Let me get more to the point because I wanted to show you some of this person's ideology before I broke it down. Let's play this video real quick. Now I'm gonna play this video, but I'm gonna try my best not to jump in. I recently uploaded this onto my channel.
Woman is an extension of female.
So now this man is now explaining to you, ladies in the chat, if any ladies are watching this later, I need you to explain it to me. How does it feel that the transgenders are saying you don't own womanhood, and even gay men are telling you what a woman is? Gay men are now telling women what a woman is. Let's listen. Let's listen to what a real woman is. Can somebody put that in the chat? What a girl wants, what a girl needs. Let's hear.
You know, took to her social media to respond to the just hilarious sis feelings intention girl. Okay, and her response to Miss Rose on TikTok, and T.S. Madison said this:
What the fuck?
there's so many real women that get mistaken. I don't like the term real because I mean, I get it in a general sense.
Somebody put that in the chat. Somebody put that in the chat. I had to stop it right there. Why is it that Conscious TV doesn't like the word real? Remember, he's supposed to be standing in the gap, guys. He's supposed to be basically the mediator. Do you understand that? Conscious TV is supposed to be the mediator right now to use his platform to allow the transgender community to speak for themselves and to allow the women, the natural, real, cisgendered women, to speak for themselves. Why is Conscious TV constantly defending the transgender community, constantly making the transgender community's points for them, basically attacking? You're going to watch this video. This man attacks and bashes a black woman. Can you believe that, guys? I need to make sure y'all hear me. This man is going to attack and bash a black woman. Wow. Listen to this. And why doesn't he like the word real? What up, Cha-Cha? Cha-Cha, could you tell me why Conscious TV doesn't like the word real? We're not even going to keep it on Conscious because that's all that I don't want that to get disrespectful. Let's just put it in a broad terms. Why don't a lot of these transgender community people and maybe flamboyant gay black people, whatever, why don't they like to use the word real when it comes time to something as concrete as womanhood and manhood and the fact that that's an adult human female? A woman is an adult human female. That's what it's always been. So let's move forward. Let's listen.
Mistaken. I don't like the term real because on TikTok, and T.S. Madison said this: there are so many real women that get mistaken. I don't like the term real because I mean, I get it in a general sense. I get, it's just, I get it, but I don't know. That word real as it relates to like trans women, it's bothersome. It's just a pet peeve. Because
Hold on, let me try to reduce the
I'll get into that. There are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender women. That's where a lot of the anger comes from. I do hope they take a good look at how transphobia affects all women. Okay, so little educational moments. So really quick. Okay, that term real. Let me move this damn fair use shit out of the way. That term real agitates me because once you can't use the word real, and this goes for everybody. You can't use the word real as a preface for woman, because the term women we're now understanding is a social construct.
And that this, I hate to cut it off again, guys, but this is another big argument that they have. A large argument. One of their main points is that woman is a social construct. Can somebody put that in the chat? This man says we're now finding out. What does he mean? We're now finding out. Can somebody translate that for me, because I don't really speak Babel? Can somebody tell me, what does it mean? We're now finding out that this is a social construct. What does that mean? Somebody tell me, please. Tell me, what does it mean that we're just now finding out? Oh, isn't that coincidental? We just now find out some shit that you're trying to push onto us. Why are we just now finding out? How come the entire history of humanity has not found this out? But you're just now finding out that woman is a social construct. But wait a minute, guys. Why is there a definition for woman already? If we're just now finding out, how are we just now finding out something that's already clearly defined? It's already clearly defined that a woman is an adult human female, right? Now, can somebody tell me? Now, this is a thing that I want to tell the women in the chat, and I'm going to tell them right now, and I'm going to tell you again. This is not my fight. My brother Solo Dolo told me to stay out the fight. But the fact of the matter is, here's a hint for you women. When you have a discussion with these people, whether it be the flamboyant gay or the transgender person, how about you start calling yourself a female? Now, I know women have already been mad at men, because, you know, men call women female sometime too. Man, that female, y'all females and this and that. So a lot of women were saying they don't like to be called females. They want to be called women. But now the transgenders are taking over that word. So if you don't want to get caught up in the babble, somebody put that in the chat. If you don't want to be caught up in the babble of what a woman is, even though we know what it's clearly defined, you're going to have to start calling yourself a female for the sake of the argument. Because when you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to kill two birds with one stone. First, you're going to shut them up, because they're going to tell you that they know that's basically the loophole. They're not going to tell you outright, even though Conscious TV, he slipped up and said it trying to explain it. But you have to call yourself a female, which basically essentially is the same thing as a woman. Just because you're a female doesn't negate the fact that you're a woman. You're saying that, yes, I'm a female. A girl is a child female. A woman is an adult female. So whether I'm a child or I'm an adult, I'm still a female. So to end all the babble, call yourself a female and watch how they, and really, but you got to wear that female thing like a badge. Wear it like a badge of honor. I'm a female. I bleed from my vagina, girl. Ooh, I get pregnant, girl. I'm a female. You have to really sell it, because they want to be you. That's the thing. I'm actually giving you the game. I should step back and watch you self-destruct like that 50 Cent album. You remember 50 Cent had an album before I self-destruct? All my brothers keep telling me to let y'all self-destruct. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just a sucker. Maybe I'm a simp. Hell, maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic. But I want the women to succeed, the natural, the real, the so-called cis women, even though I talk a lot of shit about them and they talk a whole lot of shit about me. I want the natural woman to succeed in this fight, this particular fight right here. Now, if you're fighting black men, girl, I'm knocking your head right between the washer dryer. You don't got no fight with black men. We knocking your shit between the washer dryer. But along the transgenders, I'll just step back and I'm not going to get into the fight, but I might throw you a glove. I might throw you a weapon. And here's one of the biggest weapons. Tell the transgender community that you are a female. Can y'all hear me? Or ladies, but even then, no, Bo Facts, I'm going to have to respectfully correct you. I don't think that that's going to work, because a lady is too loose. Lady is probably even looser than woman. Shit, in Taiwan and stuff, they got people called lady boys, right? So lady is actually more loose of a term than woman. They have a whole lot of wiggle room with lady. At least with women, you know, that's an adult human female. That's right there, straight up and down. No in between, nothing that. You know, once you start saying lady, that's when you're going to fall into their argument of it being a social construct. Oh, she's not ladylike. You know, well, that's a social construct. A lady doesn't cross her legs. A lady doesn't da-da-da. A lady doesn't, no. That's when you're falling. And I'm telling you, Mo, because I want you to know how to combat this. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the abyss. I've had conversations with these people. I know all of their talking points, all of them. I'm trying to tell you, call yourself a female. And we have to start calling them females too. And it has to be obvious. Female. Man, I love me a female. Ooh, a female. I feel like a natural female. And then the transgenders are going to be so fucking disturbed because they've done everything to be so-called women. But now that you're calling that out, they're claiming that they don't. No, I'm not trying to be a woman. And anyway, you can't define what womanhood is because that's a social construct. So let's listen to Conscious TV, because he's going to tell you. This man admits on this footage right here that there is a difference between a female and a woman. Listen closely.
So, woman is an extension of female. Okay, that's where we make the distinctions between biological, natural born women, and trans women. Trans women are not.
Listen closely, guys. I know the internet's fucking up a little bit, but listen closely. Hold on. Let me get this internet right.
Female, because they were born biological males.
Listen.
And trans women. Trans women are not female because they were born biological males. However, they are women. And women can also be female, biological. Okay? But the word woman is a social construct because there's all type of women. Right? There's white women, there's.
Now, talk to me in the chat if you're lost. I'm trying to allow this person to talk, but I want to see if I'm crazy. I'm going to play you 1 minute of this person talking, and you tell me if you're following it or if it sounds overly complicated. And remember, I told you, mostly everything that you talk about, you should be able to explain it to a third grader. At the end of the world, you don't have much time, and your child is 8, 9, 10 years old, you should be able to explain some shit to your 8, 9, 10-year-old that they understand it without making it so complicated. Tell me if this makes sense. And there are parts, I understand where he's going with it because he's trying to find that wiggle room, but just listen.
Trans women are not female because they were born biological males. However, they are women. And women can also be female, biological. Okay? But the word woman is a social construct because there's all type of women. Right? There's white women, there's Indonesia women, there's conservative women, there's handicapped women, there's obese women. There's handicapped women, there's obese women, there's disabled women, there's mentally ill women, there's Christian women, there's atheistic women, there's masculine women, there's feminine women. Women is where we get into the uniqueness and we get into identity. Female, biological, the word woman, the word man, all rooted in identity. Identity politics. Identity. Okay? Therefore, trans women can assume the title of women. They're not female, but they are a type of woman. And they're having their own unique experience of womanhood, just as trans men are having their own unique experience of manhood. It's different from the manhood that may be of a biological male who was raised in the hood with a single parent versus the trans man who might have been born in a two-parent home in the suburbs and went to private school and had to experience a transition
Hello, were y'all able to hear all that? Let me refresh. Actually, okay, yeah, no, my it's working again. So were y'all able to hear that so far? Again, these are the same things that this man was trying to tell me. Imagine having a debate with this person. Can one of y'all send me $7 on Cash App just for my pain and suffering? Look, I'm gonna put my Cash App at the bottom right here. I'm gonna put my Cash App at the bottom. Lord have mercy, these ladies at Starbucks. Lord have mercy, God. I'm gonna put my Cash App at the bottom. For my pain and suffering, one of y'all need to PayPal me $7. I'd had 20-hour conversation with this man, and I sat up straight and held a straight face and actually had to listen to it and tried to debate it. And every time I brought up a point, he would move the goalpost. And you know the worst part about it? Everybody in the comment sections was eating me up. They were trying to come for me in the comment section, guys. Wow. Then he says gender is a social construct, and it has nothing to do with being a female. So female is completely different from womanhood because, and then he goes on to say, because there's different type of women. There's black. Did you hear him? Listen to him. And the worst part about it, guys, the worst part about it is that he really believes his delusion. Are you listening? Listen to him. And then the worst part about it. The worst part about it is he believes his delusion. It's clearly delusion. It's not even like you could say J-Lethal's delusional for believing in God, but at least there's some type of evidence that there could be a designer, a creator. There could be a reason for this. That is an arguable point at least. Even the existence of God is arguable to an extent, way more than this shit. He tried to tell you that trans women are also women because you have black women, you have white women, you got different type of women. You've got, construction worker women, you've got women that work at the hotel as a housekeeper, So just go ahead and throw biological males into the mix just because women behave differently. No, sir. No, sir. No. We are not playing your game where gender is a social construct. Gender is specific. Woman and man is specifically, like you admitted, an offshoot of womanhood and female nature. Female. And female is a concrete thing. And here's another thing that they try to do before I move forward. Another thing that they try to do, they try to say, well, you said a woman is somebody who can give birth. Well, not all women can give birth. So are you telling me the women that are barren, these are not women? That's what they try to do. They try to use and there's a term for it. I think I saw Kevin Samuels pull it out once or twice. And I forget the term, but basically they're trying to use the exception does not negate the rule. If I think that's basically what it is. The exception does not negate the rule. So if I say that a human being has 10 fingers and 10 toes, you can say, well, I was born with 9 fingers and 8 toes. Am I not a human? No, don't do that. Don't do that. A human being has 2 eyes and and whatever. Oh, well, I was born and my eyes don't work. So are you saying I'm not a human? No. What about the people who are blind? Are they not humans? No. You know that they are. But eyes are supposed to work. Your womb is supposed to work. If you are barren, there was an issue. There is an issue there. That is an outlier. But you see, these people claim to be so fucking smart, but they somehow, all logic, all of this logic that I'm giving you right now, it just escapes them when it comes time to have the conversation. Can y'all hear me? I need to make sure y'all hear me. Right now, yeah, y'all hear me. Y'all hear me. Y'all hear me. Let's go. Let's go. Cause I need to point this out, man. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Because there's no Jewish option.
Can y'all hear? Did the volume get low? Let me know in the chat if the volume got low. Hold on. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? Yeah. Why did the volume get low, guys? Hold on. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? Yeah. Why did the volume get low, guys? Hold on. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? Yeah. Why did the volume get low, guys? Hold on. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? Yeah. Why did the volume? Hold on, y'all. Can y'all hear me? What's going on? You can't hear the audio, huh? What the fuck? Can y'all hear me? Fuck. Can y'all hear me? All right. I guess y'all. All right. Am I? I know I'm back, but am I echoing? Hold on. Let me read these comments real quick. Am I back, y'all? Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to open this bar. I'm gonna try to open the screen up again. Maybe it was just like a little glitch or something. I don't know. What is a real woman? Share tab. All right, tell me if y'all can hear this.
Physiologically, spiritually, emotionally, etc., as it relates to his experience. Both the biological
Can y'all hear
male
that?
and the trans man can fall under the umbrella of man. But a trans man cannot make a claim to be male because a trans man is not a male, but a trans man is a man. Trans woman is not female. And most transgender women are not making a claim to be female. They're making a claim to be woman, the social construct. That's what they are assimilating to, is whatever their particular culture, creed, country, etc. considers to be woman. Okay, if you are a trans woman over in a Middle Eastern country under a Muslim nation, then that's going to be your version of femininity. If you are a African trans woman of a particular tribe, you're going to assimilate to whatever that tribe has constructed and defined as femininity, whatever the fuck that looks like. Okay, if you are, it's nothing to be confused about. If you gotta listen. See, y'all be trying to think and listen at the same time, and y'all know y'all can't chew gum and tie your shoes at the same time, because take it slow, because it's really not right.
Listen to what he said, y'all. Were y'all able to hear that? He told anybody. So talk to me in the chat. Who heard this stuff and they still do not agree and do not have any idea what basis of facts he's using to say what he's saying? Put a 7 in the chat if you see how confident this man is, but he has no basis of facts to even reference from. He has no place in reality to reference his facts from, but he's saying it like it's a fact, and he's saying it very confidently, I guess because he's the main guy saying it. Put a 7 in the chat if, ladies, talk to me in the chat. He said, if you don't get this, people, it's because you need to stop thinking and you need to just listen. Did you hear that? You need to stop thinking and you need to just listen. And because you can't think and chew gum at the same time. You can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Basically, this is what people used to say. If you can't multitask or if you can't do two things at the same time. This is a diss to y'all. Another diss to women and to anybody who feels like they disagree. He says you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. You hear that? And so he's telling you the reason why you don't get it is because you're thinking while you're listening. This man doesn't want you to think while you're listening. He wants you to just listen to his hours and hours of babble and not think about it. Don't ask no questions, and then you're gonna understand it. Jay, what is the definition of indoctrination? What is the thing that we remember about indoctrination? Is it immediate? And also remember, indoctrination, you can't ask no questions. They just tell you some shit and that's it. So tell me more about the patriarchy, Mr. I'm controlling the conversation. Didn't they say that men were controlling the conversation and not allowing people's feelings to be heard? Well, you're sounding a lot like the patriarchy, Mr. Conscious. Let's continue. Oh, shit. Hold on.
The social construct. That's what they are assimilating to, is whatever their particular culture, creed, country, etc. considers to be woman. Okay, if you are a trans woman over in a Middle Eastern country under a Muslim nation, then that's going to be your version of femininity. If you are a African trans woman of a particular tribe, you're going to assimilate to whatever that tribe has constructed and defined as femininity, whatever the fuck that looks like. Okay, if you are, it's nothing to be confused about. If you gotta listen. See, y'all be trying to think and listen at the same time, and y'all know y'all can't chew gum and tie your shoes at the same time, because take it slow, because it's really not rocket science. Okay, we're basically describing the personality of people, and once again, identity. That trans women can claim women. They can claim the title of woman. Trans man can claim the title of man. Neither trans male or trans man or woman can claim to be biological male or female. That's the distinction. So there's nothing for
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
biological male and females to be upset about. And even if trans men and trans women were claiming and utilizing the term female and male, just give me a fucking break, okay? Just give me a fucking break. At the end of the day, you can't tell me, not in one fucking way, does a trans woman claiming to be biological female or even claiming to be woman
Y'all, can y'all hear me? Seven in the chat if y'all can hear me. I don't know what the fuck be going on, bro. I really don't. Um, Laptop. It has to be. Uh, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all, um, I'm about to open it back up. Hopefully it'll work. I only got a little bit of battery left. I don't know why this shit is, this shit be pissing me off. It's supposed to be a really nice computer, but this shit's always fucking up. My internet, I'm really frustrated. Really frustrated. I'm fucking frustrated. I can't ever do a fucking regular live stream without some bullshit, bro. I don't have any fucking... Hold on, y'all. Sorry, fuck. Open the fuck up. I'm trying to open my internet back up. For some reason it's not allowing me. Open the shit, bitch. All right, so if anybody's new to the chat, just so we're clear, what we're talking about today is dissecting the Beehive. Of course, we're having technical difficulties because I'm a runaway slave on the run, and I do everything by myself. I do not have a team, so all my shit I do it myself. So we're of course having technical difficulties. I was trying to show you a video, and I guess I was doing too much, because I was trying to show you what this man was saying, and I was trying to make sure y'all were able to hear it. And I was trying to, but I'm gonna try to open it up one more time. If it doesn't work, all right. See you later, Mark Sanchez. Thank you for stopping by, Mark Sanchez. I'm trying to open this up. I'm not gonna be here that much longer either because my battery is low. I might even go into this little Starbucks right where I'm at and try to charge it there, because for some reason it's not charging from my regular port. Shit is not charging from the regular charging port. Don't know why, but it's not charging from my battery pack. So I'm gonna try to charge when my phone gets extremely low. I'm gonna try to charge it in the Starbucks real quick. But we're trying to show you this video. I wonder if there's anywhere else. Nah, anywhere else is gonna fuck it up. I don't feel like going anywhere else. The only thing is, at this Starbucks, everybody here, they're just really weird at this Starbucks. I don't know what requirements do you have to do like a Beyonce dance to get hired at Starbucks? Like, what is the interview process of Starbucks? Hold on. My internet is fucking up now. Come on, bro. Wow. So again, the Beehive is fighting each other, and we're trying to see what the real women have to say about this, because I've been asking a lot of real women to speak up. And basically, I was about to show you the panel that he's having, where he allows women to call in, and then you're gonna see the moment the woman calls in and says something different than what he's saying, he moves to correct her. Do you see the problem with this? Conscious TV swears he knows everything, to the point where no matter what demographic he's talking to, if you're not 100% agreeing with him, you're not right. You're not right at all. And I'm trying to pull this screen up right now. I don't know why it's moving like we're living in 1992, but you know how this shit pisses me off, because I'll be wanting to have a flawless live stream, even though nobody comes to my fucking channel. I have literally 10 fucking subscribers. Like, I literally have 10 subscribers. Like, this is insane. No matter what time of the day I go live, I have 5 fucking people in the chat. I don't get it, but like, I don't get y'all. The people who are subscribed to me must be the lamest or craziest people ever, because y'all must be the only people in the world that actually care about what I have to say. Because I don't get how some people be watching me for 5 hours, but I don't get no new reach, no new nothing. I don't get nothing. Wow. You don't think that's weird? Yes, I'm shadow banned, but god damn, how do you think it feels to do the stream and have 6 people in the chat? What does that feel like? That feels like I just picked up my phone yesterday and said, hey, let me be a YouTuber. That's like I literally just picked up my phone while sitting on a shitty toilet and I'm just screaming in my phone and I'm a YouTuber. You would think I don't pull out no receipts. You would think I'm not breaking this shit down. You would think I wasn't the first one to have this conversation on a grand scale. That's insane to me. And then I have these stupid ass technical difficulty issues. I can't even when I decide to just swallow my pride and say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pour my heart out to 5 people in the chat. Even then, that's when my internet just nope, the computer, nope, won't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Nope, can't do that. I'm gonna relax. Smooth jazz the wave. Somebody put that in the chat. Smooth jazz the wave. Thank you to the few people who do fuck with me. Thank you to the 5 people in this chat right now who actually care about what the fuck I have to say. I go live at nighttime. I try to do it during daytime. Y'all must be some busy motherfuckers. Why don't I ever have nobody new who just actually accidentally stumbled into the chat? Like, wow. And then y'all think I'm being dramatic when I say I just want to delete my channel or just don't make any more videos. Am I being dramatic when I say 5 people isn't enough people in the chat to even continue? Am I being dramatic if I end the stream right now with 5 people in chat? Or should I just be grateful that out of the entire 7 billion people in the world, there's 5 people here? I'm trying to rationalize with myself because I think it'd be my ego. I think my ego my ego knows that I deserve, yes, I deserve thousands upon thousands of subscribers. Like, the same way, like, fuck that. I could say, oh, this person deserves what they're getting. This person deserves a whatever. A person deserves a medal. This person, oh, Jamie Foxx in this new movie deserves an Oscar, whatever the case, because he put in the work. I know what the fuck I deserve. I deserve at least a few thousand subscribers just to make me feel better. Yet, what do I have? Every time I go live, 5 motherfuckers in the chat. And I gotta beg y'all to comment. I love y'all, but you know I'm always keeping it funky with you. I gotta beg y'all to comment when I drop a video. I gotta beg y'all to be there. Make me just feel like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep my thoughts to myself. But then I can't even keep my thoughts to myself because I'm gonna end up killing somebody. I'm gonna end up ending somebody's life if I don't get this shit off my chest. I don't want to end my life. I don't want to end somebody else's life. I get on YouTube to speak for the demographic that's not spoken for. Y'all don't represent, y'all don't support, y'all don't nothing. And of course, the very few people who actually do, you know I'm not talking about you, but you get it. You see how many people are in the chat when we go live. You see these goofy niggas on YouTube that'll just be talking about whatever. They be digging in their nose. I be watching niggas on YouTube dig in their motherfucking nose. Hold on real quick, man. Fuck that. Whatever, man. I'm damn near close to giving up with this channel because nobody fucking cares. It's the end of the world. Nobody's even pretending to fucking care. I feel like we're in hell personally, if you ask me. You ask me, I think we're in hell already. You ain't stepped outside this summer. This is the hottest the planet has ever been. We must already be in hell. The motherfuckers who try actually are in a worse position. You're actually in a worse position if you if you try. You're actually in a worse position if you actually have morals. You actually are in a worse position even if you pretend to be a normal person. Wow. Wow. Can y'all is anybody here? I just broke my phone just fell. So my phone just fell and I broke my screen. Y'all, we're in hell, guys. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about to quit YouTube for real. I know I've said that before, but I think I'm about to delete my shit. I have very little hope in humanity. We're we're already in hell, guys. I don't have no happiness in my life. I have to pretend like I'm happy. Everything goes wrong in my life. Nothing goes right in my life. I can't see my children. I'm a failure at YouTube. Do you know how fucking horrible that is? I'm a failure at YouTube. Do you know how many garbage, weak motherfuckers are on YouTube? I can't even do YouTube right. That's the one thing I thought that I had. One thing I thought I was good at. YouTube. I have a unique perspective. That's what I thought. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I just dropped my phone right now. It barely dropped. Not even a foot. It was barely right here. I was trying to get my computer to work. The phone dropped right on his face. Shattered for the 5th time in a month. Shattered. Shattered phone. This entire world is built to make black people go crazy. Everybody else is comfortable. Even the black woman is comfortable until she starts eating her fucking self. When the black woman starts eating her children and fighting with the transgenders, now everybody's worried. The black man is the only one that's been uncomfortable this entire fucking time. I'm gonna say it again. The black man is the only one that's been uncomfortable this entire time. And we can't set shit straight. We can't say nothing. We can't hold nobody's feet to the fire. We can't do like Dubai and we have laws and we have dress codes and we have standards. We can't have that. I'm looking around. I'm seeing people prosper that are giving out dangerous messages, like, or repeating the same messages. And when I say dangerous, they're either repeating the same message or they're emboldening the matrix with what they're saying. They think they're being unique and they're just saying some dumb shit that's going to bring us even worse. And all of them, from hair tutorials, makeup tutorials, you got footage of motherfuckers eating. See, I fucked up my screen now. You got people eating on camera. Millions of viewers eating. I have 6 people. Flatline. I could get naked in the street right now and my numbers won't fluctuate. Don't you understand that? Stop telling me to make a YouTube short and listen to what the fuck I'm telling you. Stop telling me to upload 40 times a day and listen to what I'm telling you. I'm watching people's channels that are growing that don't upload that much. They don't make shorts like that. It's not that. It's the fact that these conversations that these weak motherfuckers, 90% of the conversation that these weak motherfuckers are having, it's like Gilly the Kid. You niggas are like Gilly the Kid. When the conversation gets too real, you're gonna laugh it off and change the fucking conversation. That's why Gilly the Kid got 100 million to do a podcast. That's why his son fucking died and he's over here laughing about it. You seen Gilly the Kid?
I'll pull up to the studio. This nigga bought me this for my birthday. Hey, Lo, man, I love you, man. I was really down, man. It's my first birthday without my son being here. So I was really going through it, man. And I pulled up to the studio and this nigga bought me this, man. This nigga crazy. I love this nigga, man. This nigga crazy, man. Damn, this joint nice as shit, man. Damn, love. You hooked me up, dog. Damn, man. I appreciate you, cuz, man. I swear, man. I love this nigga, man. Damn, man. Damn. It's just a nice birthday gift, bro. I love you, dog.
I want to tell y'all, bro. I went through the hardest shit I ever went through in my life, man. But if it wasn't for my family, it wasn't for my friends, it And if it wasn't for y'all motherfuckers in this crowd right now,
shit! Let's go, baby, in this bitch! Baby, in this bitch! Let's go! One, let's go! Two, let's go! 1, 2, 3, let's go! I don't know how to dance, but you need to get a bitch, put her hands on her knees, then get a bitch, put her hands on her knees, put her hands on her knees, let's go! I don't know how to dance, but you need to get a bitch, put her hands on her knees, then get a bitch, put her.
So yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I know what it's my ego. It's my ego. Because I know what I need to be doing and I know what I need to be saying. My ego is telling me, why the fuck does Conscious TV have 50,000 subscribers? Conscious, you know it is what it is, but why the fuck you got 50,000, nigga? How the fuck you got 50,000 subscribers? How the fuck I can't get 500? You know what they're doing with me, my channel right now? Hello? Let me see if I can get back on this other Wi-Fi. Y'all. Shit is moving like, wow, this computer's moving like it's 1992. Look at this shit. This is a fucking Apple. This is a fucking Apple. Since when did the computers move like this? When the fuck do computers move like this in the new age? And look, you got this one dude, man. You know what? I'm gonna try not to get. I'm gonna try not to get arrested because they got this one dude right here. I'm gonna show you this one dude right here. This dude right here, right? Hold on, where is he at? There he is. This dude right here always pulls up, and he has the whole parking lot. His job is to go around the whole parking lot, right? Look, hold on, can y'all see this man? Y'all see this man right here? His job is to go around the whole parking lot. But every time I pull up here, this man comes and sit and stares and watches me. And he thinks I don't know that he's staring at me because he's wearing those dark ass shades. Sometimes he takes the shades off and he just stares. What's up, brother? Go on. I'm talking on the phone. You got something to tell him? Okay, cool. So that's what he does every time. And so right now, that's another part of the issue with me.
I've already been around the whole party. I had no concern about you whatsoever.
No, you know I've had problems with you before, sir. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You don't sit there and watch me?
No, I don't even know you're sitting over there.
Really?
Over here.
Really? The truth is not the truth is not in the gentleman. The truth is not in him. So like I said, that's also a large problem, is that there's nowhere that a nigga could go to relax, and nowhere a nigga could go to just sit, nowhere a nigga could go to really just vent his frustrations. I try to go on YouTube to vent my frustrations. What do you think happens? Shit just start automatically just fucking up. Just technical difficulties. Just technical difficulties. Sorry, nope. You cannot access this. You cannot. Nope. All the internet's fucking up. Your own internet's fucking up. Nope. Nope. Now the computer's moving like a fucking Macintosh. And meanwhile, I don't know why I'm even on YouTube. I have 6 people watching me, and y'all are just like damn near pity watching me because you have nothing to say. That's one of the biggest pieces too. I'll be screaming at y'all because I need y'all to say something. I need to answer. So when I do not, I'm not, and I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. I cannot harm myself. I'm not going to go to jail. I'm not going to harm myself. So what does that leave me? What does that leave me, y'all? Am I going to harm someone else? Am I going to go crazy? Am I going to just give up? My computer's fucked up, so there's that. There's that. Computer's fucked up. I dropped my phone. Broke my screen on my phone. I just got this screen fixed. Just paid for this. They charged me an arm and a leg. Now I just dropped my screen. Trying to be Mr. Professional on YouTube. I can't even get 7 people in the chat. Somebody tell me something. How about y'all? I don't know. Say something. Say something. Can't get 7 people on YouTube. I'm always trying to come to y'all. Y'all don't even know how much it takes to come with these classes. You don't even know how much it takes to set up a class. I'm homeless. I have what homeless nigga you know with a green screen? Just tell me that before I fucking self-destruct and get out of YouTube, because I mean shit. I'm looking at this Conscious TV nigga like he's doing something right. Conscious TV must be doing something right. I'm about to get the fuck out of here. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you like this. You're never gonna see a fucking bad guy look like this again. Y'all still don't have nothing to say, huh? Who's watching me right now? There's 5 people. It's like 2 people comment. Who's watching me? You're never gonna see a fucking bad guy look like this again. I'm gonna tell you like that. Better fucking say goodnight to the bad guy. You're never gonna see a bad guy look like this again. You're gonna be on YouTube. You know what black people do? This is how I know black people are the children of Israel, because black people don't respect their motherfucking champions out here. Black people don't respect their warriors. Black people don't respect their soldiers. Look at this. Look. Now, look at this. Hold on.
No.
Jay, by the way, Jay is one of my star students. I talk a lot of shit, but my one thing my mom taught me when I was young was to always remember people's names and remember their stories, shake their hand. My mom taught me a lot of stuff. But one thing I also remember my mom taught me, just remember the people that remember you. Jay has always been a supporter. Jay has always been attentive. He always shows up. And he's asking the right question right now. He's asking the right question right now. He's asking the right question right now. The boy's way too old. See, what you're supposed to be able to do is, I thought it takes a village. What happened to it takes a village? Can somebody put that in the chat? What happened to it takes a village? Tell me. Do you remember that saying in our community, it takes a village? What happened to that? Is that a possible thing? Is that not a thing? Was that ever a thing in our community? Was that just when did it stop, y'all? When did it takes a village stop? And then there you go, Jay. See, again, I'm starting to believe. Thank you, Chocolate Melon. But sometimes I don't feel the respect. I don't feel respected. I don't feel respected out here. And it's not about, financial support. I don't really feel respected like that. I don't feel like the people's champ. I don't feel like it. Why the fuck should I continue? Why the fuck should I continue? Unless, now again, I have to get rid of my ego. That's what it is. My problem is my ego. But I'm gonna ask you like this. Now this boy is at least 2 years old. Okay. I'm gonna get cursed out if I say anything. You know that. You know I'll get cursed out if I ask where's this child's father. I'm gonna get cursed out if I even suggest a way to get this boy to be quiet. That's the problem in our society. In Black society, we have to lower our voice as men. We have to soften our tone as men. Can somebody put a fucking fire emoji so I know you're listening? As men, we have to watch our fucking tone around these goddamn women that are out of their fucking minds, and they're destroying our children by themselves, and we are not allowed to step in. We are not allowed to be in the house. These women are dumb as fuck. I'm literally losing my mind. And then when I try to show the dysfunction, now the internet just, you should see the computer right now. This shit isn't even moving. Like this shit isn't even doing anything. Like, it's not showing me. It's like every time I press something, this shit freezes. The fact of the matter is, I'm right now, I'm about on the edge because and my money's low too. You know, that's another thing. Money. You know, I see so many people with money and I can't even get a new nothing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't have no skills. I don't have no corporate skills, and I can't even really get a job because I'm on the run from the police. I can't get a proper job. I'm watching this little black boy have a tantrum in front of me, but he wouldn't be having that tantrum if his father was there. I know, but I'm on the live stream. I was already having the conversation. It's our Black community. We're so Oh, it's not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm just in general. The whole black community is fucked. So like I said, what do you think? I should just stop being on the stream. I should just stop coming to y'all. I should just stop. I should just stop. Okay, let me ask you this. Would y'all be frustrated if you had a product that you knew was good and all you wanted was a chance for somebody to try it and you were being systematically kept away from anybody new trying your shit? Chocolate Melanin has been following me for 5 years. That's the reason why Chocolate Melanin is here. And I was lucky that I got Chocolate Melanin to follow me because she's from the UK. So when Chocolate Melanin started following me, it was such a long time ago that the algorithm was still allowing me to be seen outside of the US. That's how you know a long time ago. I don't have no new people from outside of the US anymore. I haven't had nobody from outside of the US tell me that comment for years. When I first started my channel, yes. Now I can't even get outside of the US, and I can't even get outside of the few people who know me. The only people who know me are the people who've been knowing me for years, or you heard me on somebody else's channel call in, or it was somebody's friend who introduced me. No, you don't think that's weird? I understand shadow banning. Shadow banning is like, okay, like, yeah, he would have been bigger. But I'm talking about no new people on the worldwide internet. That's not suspicious to you. On the worldwide internet, you don't find that at all suspicious. On the worldwide internet, it's not suspicious at all that I have no new people. Look, I've been talking for 40 minutes just to prove a point. The numbers have not moved. They have not gone down. They have not gone up. There's nothing that I can literally get into a fist fight right now with somebody. The numbers won't change. I will get arrested though. That will change. That will happen. They'll quickly pull up and fucking arrest me if I start wilding out. There's nothing I could do to get. I'm the first person. I'm the only nigga you know to put himself in blackface and walk through the streets of Texas, which is a red state, in front of niggas and crackers alike. The only nigga you know to do that in blackface to prove a point. Niggas still didn't even know what point I was trying to prove. Niggas still don't understand. Niggas still don't understand what I was doing. That was in 2017. I was in blackface by myself with this fucking phone. I just cracked my goddamn screen trying to fix this and all this other shit. I have no help out here. I can't even go see my kids. My kids need me. I can't go to, who can I go to? Tell me. How about that? Somebody put it in the chat. Who can I run to? Tell me. I'm serious. Tell me who can I go to? And look, the little black boys in, I wanted so bad to go off on that woman. The little black boy, he's probably almost 2-3 years old. He's screaming like he's a fucking infant. The 3-year-old boy is screaming like he's an infant, and the mom is just not able to reach him. Stop, look at me, stop. All it takes is a father one time to say that shit. I'm telling you. All it takes is the one time for a father to look at the child and say, stop that shit. But you see, that's the reason why you don't want the father in the household. You see that? And now my computer's acting all fucking stupid. This is a MacBook. How does a MacBook all of a sudden act up? How? I use it once, twice a week. Now this shit won't turn off. It won't turn on. Still, I got 6 people in the chat. I know I'm in hell, so I know I'm dreaming. So whoever's putting me through this, God, the devil, whoever it is, I already know. I already know this is fake. This whole thing is fake. I know it. I already know you're trying to get me to break, whether it's God or the devil. You're trying to get me to break. I already know it. I'm not doing it. I'm still going hard. Fuck it. Whether I'm on this YouTube or not, you're not turning me. You're not turning me. I see this whole shit. I look at all these stupid motherfuckers. I'm sitting here at Starbucks right now. All these people pulling up. I'm staring at a brand new Tesla right now. A brand new Tesla. What does this motherfucker do to contribute to society? These motherfuckers pulling up Benz Bentleys. What are they doing to contribute to society? To where I'm off today, but I'm outside. You notice I'm not. You never saw the inside of my house, right? Which one of y'all ever saw the inside of my house after 5, 7, 10, 12 years? None of y'all, because I don't have one. I haven't had a bed. I don't have a bed. But it's cool because they said Christ was homeless too. But I don't know, man. Am I supposed to be perfect before God comes down? Do I have to be perfect? I told you I look at porno. I look at crazy pornos. Maybe that's it. Maybe the fact that I look at porno. Maybe that's why I'm so fucking ostracized from the rest of the world who's actually doing crimes. And I saw a music video with some nigga showing you how to commit credit card fraud. I saw a music video with a man teaching you step by step how to commit credit card fraud. Wow, and now my computer is just not gonna work. What? It's just not gonna work? Let me try to plug up this shit. Broke my phone. I got 7 people now, so the algorithm must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. Oh, now the motherfucker want to work. I'm gonna shut this shit down. I'm gonna just vent for like 30 more minutes while I see if my internet works. If my internet works, I'm gonna continue showing the video because I'm not gonna let the devil distract me from what I was talking about. The reason why there's all this distractions. See, this is the frustration what I'm dealing with. I'm not even frustrated because I don't think what I'm saying is true or it's gonna happen. I'm like Moses frustrated. Somebody put that in the chat. I'm frustrated like Moses. I'm frustrated like Moses. You know why? Oh, y'all can't even hear me. I don't even have this on. Can y'all hear me? Oh, matter of fact, I'm talking to this phone like, hold on. I'm talking to y'all like I have these headphones on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all, I'm frustrated like Moses. You know why? Because Moses, he was trying to get his people right. He wasn't perfect himself, but he was at least trying to get us on one accord. Look, I can hear the little boy screaming. I can hear the little black boy screaming from inside of the Starbucks. She came out here because she was embarrassed that he was screaming in there. Then she got embarrassed that I was looking at her. Non-parenting skills. You got a 3-year-old, 2-year-old son. He's screaming like he just broke his toe. You understand there's levels to screaming, right? There's like, I'm screaming just because this motherfucker's child is screaming like he just broke his toe to the top of his lungs. His mom can't even control a little boy. This is who is being given full custody. This is who is being given full custody. Wow. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear it. Fuck that. I want y'all to hear the type of shit that I be hearing. That's how I know I'm in hell. Listen. Yeah, she's actually on to me when I go in there. She knows. And you know who else knows? The government, the United States government. Jeez, please, this woman got a donkey on her. See, that's another one of my problems. I be talking shit about these women, but these women be having some donk. Oh my God, that's my problem. That's my problem. That's my problem. My problem is I can't see past that sometimes. That's why I got kids right now. Because my dumb ass didn't take the time to realize how dumb these fucking women are past their ass and their titties. Not all of them, obviously. But yeah, I'm talking that shit. Because we're in a this whole fucking predicament we are in at the black community is because the lack of fathers, and y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand that you can't show me a time in the black community where the father was there making decisions and our community was fucked up from the inside out. You can't show me a time in history. It's supposed to be the patriarchy, right? The big bad patriarchy, but you can't tell me one time in the black patriarchy where a black man was allowed to speak in his household with bass in his voice, and the community was like this. Now our mothers got custody of the kids, and they pull up in a nice Benz and Bentley with the kids going crazy in the car seat, the kids screaming in the car seat, the mom can't even fucking quiet the kid down. And then she get a new baby daddy, or not a new baby daddy, she get a new nigga who's not her baby daddy. The new nigga beats the little boy to death and fucks the little girl. You hear me? Yeah, and nobody wants to have that conversation. But guess what? I guess we're gonna change the world with the 7 people that are in the chat. Shout out to the 7 people that are always here. We must change. We're gonna change the world. Us 7. But you gotta admit, it would be a lot nicer with 100, 200 people at least in the chat. You gotta admit, there's so much bullshit going on. I can't even call it out. I'm gonna show you the other video later. Since YouTube wanna fuck it up, I'm gonna show you the other video later. I'm gonna come back tonight and do a part 2 of the Beehive. We're dissecting the Beehive. I'm not gonna let. I'm not. That's what it is. I cracked my phone just now. This is my 3rd time cracking my phone screen in like 3 months. Every time I always crack it on some dumb shit. I'm jumping from here to there. I'm on a motorcycle. I'm here there. I'm here there. I'm at work. I'm walking around. I'm running from the police. I dropped my fucking phone. I just dropped my phone again. It is what it is. I'm not gonna let this devil get to me to the point where I get away from my mission. There's a reason why I want to go live today, and it's all relative. And like I told you, I'm just frustrated like Moses was frustrated. Because Moses, he did all that and he didn't even get into the promised land. That's how I be feeling about me. Like, I'm not even gonna make it personally because I have too much of an ego right now. But I'm gonna ask you like this. How about this? You tell me, as a black man in America, if you don't have what do you have if you don't have your own fucking laws and your word? And yes, your ego, who the fuck, and you knowing who you are, what you deserve. What do you have? You don't have your woman. The black man does not have the black woman. I don't give a fuck if you're Denzel Washington. You do not have the black woman. The black man is the lowest as far as financially, right? We're the #1 in jail, #1 homeless, right? So what do we have? And every nigga you come across is scared to talk like this. That's another part of the problem. Every nigga you come across, oh man, you know, that's just how it is. You know, oh man, I'm just out here trying to scramble and scrabble and scrape and survive, man. You know how it is. I'm just waiting till my next paycheck. Oh, me? Yeah, I got the vaccine, but I had to get, I just had to do what I had to do. Oh, me? Yeah, I got 6 different vaccines, even though I didn't trust that shit. But, I gotta do what I gotta do. I got to work at the chemical plant. I got to work at the steel mill, whatever the fuck you niggas be talking about. sounding like 1600 slave. You niggas sound like the 1600s. It's like, am I from the future, nigga? Am I Michael J. Fox? Or am I Django? Because I'll tell you what, the Django life, it seems like it would be nice, but the shit is frustrating when you can't stop to talk to nobody. I had to go on YouTube just to try to find some like-minded individuals that might link up. Even then, having people in the chat. And it's like, yeah, I got side hustles and all this. There's only so many hours in the day. If I get a side hustle, that's going to take away from what I do on YouTube, because prior to what y'all understand, it takes a lot to bring you this stuff. I'm a full-time journalist. I'm actually a journalist. I'm just whatever it is that y'all don't look at me like that. A lot of y'all in the chat, I've literally been the one to tell you the news. I'm willing to bet every single person in my chat right now has gotten news from me exclusively that they have not got from anywhere else. I was the first, and sometimes I was the only person to bring you certain news and certain information which you know are groundbreaking and revolutionary. Period. I don't even gotta ask you guys in the chat. That's a fact. And if you're not willing to admit that, you're a goddamn liar. Because every single Monday I bring you a 5-hour stream. What am I doing? Digging up my nose, or do I not have 50 fucking videos, 50 pictures, and 50 slides and screenshots with shit underlined? I'm pointing to the shit. I'm walking you through this shit like it's kindergarten. I gotta beg y'all to press the like button, beg y'all to leave a comment. And I'm not going off on y'all because y'all the only ones who's willing to listen. Tell you what, my baby mama's not willing to listen. My baby mama felt like she could do it herself or whatever the fuck. Dumb whores. And I have to pray to the Most High God that I don't run into one of these bitches, because I'm right now, the way I be feeling like I want to strangle a motherfucker. That's the thing. I pray that the Most High God keeps me away from my enemies, because I don't have the composure right now to not. I don't know for sure that I won't snap. I'm gonna come back tonight with another stream, just because I don't want to. You know how much it takes to set up a stream? I have to set up the green screen. I have to have all these different Ring camera lights. I have to have my 1080p camera. I have my nice microphone. I have to have a silent place where it's safe. Nobody's gonna come and take me, get me, nothing like that. I have to have a million, and then I have to have Wi-Fi as well. I have to make sure my Wi-Fi is correct. I have to make sure my computer's working correct. I got to make sure I got all the shit set up. And y'all say, oh yeah, do all that. And I'm just going to come by and stop by for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I'm going to drop in and out of the chat. And I'm barely going to comment. And I'm not going to leave a like. Remember, my channel's not monetized. A lot of these niggas stopped doing YouTube when they couldn't get no more money. You know that, right? And you know, in the army, you're allowed to yell at your brothers, right? And by the way, Chocolate Melanin, I have an actual job. I have a job. I just happen to be off today. But the job that I have, not paying that much. It's a slow season right now. I praise God for that job, but it's a slow season. But am I supposed to have my job, a full-time journalist, runaway slave, and a side hustle, and get a proper amount of sleep? That's impossible, guys. Just so you know, you guys know I can't see my kids, right? I told you my kids are being systematically taken from me. Meanwhile, these dumbass bitches are making videos on the internet and leaving comments talking about if a man wants to be around his kid, nobody's going to stop him. Do you see how disrespectful that is? These women are literally condescendingly making these videos talk about, well, how are we kicking you out the house? Nobody can stop you if you really love your child. That's so dumb. That's so just dumb. Acting like you're not putting the police and the government and the family courts and Pookie and Ray Ray. You know, all these bitches got some Pookie and Ray Ray they can call to come and shoot you up, right? Oh, he did what? Oh, I'm coming to your defense, but girl. Whether it's her brother or some other nigga who's trying to fuck, You know that, right? You know that if you're a black man trying to have dominion in your household and the woman is not with it for whatever reason, even if she was with it at first, don't you get it? Then you got niggas like Amazing Lucas, and I'm gonna keep on calling him out because I know him personally. You got people in Amazing Lucas, you know you don't want to battle me, brother. Amazing Lucas, he's over here talking about, well, you know, you should put your foot down or leave the bitch. How can you leave a bitch that has your child? See, these niggas are having conversations. And Amazing Lucas, 450,000 subscribers. No exaggeration. 450,000 subscribers. And that's what you're getting on your fucking platform and willy-nilly just talking out of your ass. You don't even have no kids, nigga. You got black men that don't have kids talking about black families. How? You're completely ignoring the fact that 80% of the families are broken up by women. Completely ignoring everything that we've been saying. And then when society falls down, you want to wonder why there's a Bud Light outcry or Target was being boycotted. Oh, let's boycott Target out of nowhere. Nobody ever gave the black man any credit for any of this shit. We were the first ones to boycott all this shit. The black heterosexual American man was the first one to stand on actual business and not be backed up by anyone. Everybody else had a group. Even the women, the feminists, everybody had a group for them. We found out that Black Lives Matter wasn't even a group for black men. Black Lives Matter was ran by 3 fucking carpet-munching lesbians. Still, 7 people in the chat. So why should I go and get my vein in my forehead and all this other shit when, like, what's the point, guys? Like I told you, even in the army, think about it. The army, you can yell at your brothers in the army. Why can't you yell at black men? Why can't you yell at black women? But in the army, you can yell at black men and black women. Tell me why. Type it in the comments so I know that you're not fucking artificial intelligence bots. Why can I yell at my brother and tell him to pick himself up and stop slacking and stop being a bitch ass nigga, but in the streets, that's frowned down upon? Or here's a better question: how come the Arab man can tell our black women in Dubai to shut the fuck up or put some clothes on or you're going to jail? How come the Arab man can tell that to the woman in Dubai, and a black woman that's on vacation in Dubai, she puts a fucking burqa on her head and she stops twerking? The black woman becomes a goddamn Muslim praying 7 times a day when she goes to Dubai. But we can't even tell her to nothing. We can't tell her nothing, guys. You're gonna find that suspicious. Comments? Anyone? Comments? Anyone? And I'm gonna end up showing you the other video maybe tonight, maybe if I'm even, because I'm pissed that I'm really pissed that I broke my screen. That's what it is. My computer was fucking up, but the main thing I'm pissed about is I just broke my camera screen again. But it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to buy it. Every time I have some money, I have to spend it on some other goofy shit. I can never save. I always gotta spend my money on some shit that I already bought or I already had. Somebody stole this shit broke, I lost the shit. I had my dirty clothes on my bike. I was just about to do my laundry in the morning. I had my dirty clothes on my bike. Somebody stole my dirty clothes, all my dirty clothes. Chocolate melon, it wasn't that much to fix the screen. It's just the point. Even if it's $50, $70, that's money that I could have been using for anything else. But yeah, last week somebody stole my dirty clothes, a whole bag of dirty clothes. My work clothes, my undershirts, my shorts, my drawers, stole it. I can tell you the whole story later. I found the dude who stole my shit, and he apologized. I just told him to keep it. I ended up finding the dude who stole my dirty laundry last week, and I told him to keep it because it's not even worth it. My point is, like, what is this whole America, like what is our whole point here as black people? Just to be happy that we're here? happy that we're allowed to have some crumbs and we're not supposed to have no standards. We're not supposed to call no shit out. Even when we see our community crumbling, my main thing is the kids. Like I told you before, I can't go see my kids, and somebody will be like, "Well, why can't you go see your kids?" Well, bitch, because if I go over there, they're gonna call the police and then they're gonna tell me, "Oh, go to court." As if I go to court and the judge is gonna look at a woman and look at me and say, "Yeah, give this man." Y'all obviously don't know anything when you tell me to go to court. That's another thing. Niggas don't have the answers. When I come on this internet, niggas be quick to give me some generic ass answer. Go to court. Don't you think I would have done that if that was an actual feasible fucking option? And I'm watching, and you know how many times I see little kids with their fucking mama? How many times a day I see these little black kids with their mom, and the kids are nappy headed. I'm not talking about black people's hair, because I got dreadlocks. I'm talking nappy headed, lint, fur balls in these little children's heads. Lint. They got dreadlocks not because they want it. They got dreadlocks because their hair is just matted. But the mom has the new Chanel on in Dior. The little kid has eczema and bed bug bites and ringworm and shoes untied, snotty, crusty nose. Crying, screaming, crying, and the mom act like they can't even hear them crying, or they just slap the little boy. How is the father such a bad thing to have in the household, but the mother can slap the child and tell him shut the fuck up? Talk to me, y'all. Come on, nobody got nothing to say, huh? Wow. And here's another question: Who can I run to with all this information, all this truth, and all this evidence? Who can I go to? You would say go to the highest people, go to the courts, go to the police. The police and the courts are in on it. Wake up and stop being stupid. So who's the big bad boogeyman that's going to stop this, or the good guardian angel who's going to stop this? Oh, let me guess. Get off of YouTube and go build for your community. What are you niggas want me to build a YMCA? Wow. Who's watching me that's not Jay and Chocolate Melanin? So should I leave this stream up and do a whole nother one when the internet starts acting right? What do you guys think? Should I leave this stream up and do another one tonight, like picking up, or should I? Yeah, since my internet was fucking up, should I just try to get my laptop working and do another stream tonight and just start from the beginning? What do you guys think? Chocolate Melanin, and thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me vent. I know y'all don't deserve me screaming at y'all like that, because y'all are actually loyal, you know? But if you're actually listening to me, you would know that I'm not mad at the few people who support me. The few people who support me, I love you. But if you truly support me, you would be damn near just as upset as I am. Imagine your favorite restaurant possibly going out of business because they're located under a bridge way away from everybody else. Nobody even knows about the restaurant. Think about it. Y'all, imagine I was your favorite restaurant and I was about to go out of business. Y'all don't even go and tell people, hey, stop by this restaurant, go support this restaurant. Y'all don't even do that. I think Chocolate Melanin might be not Chocolate Melanin, I'm sorry. I think Infinite Charms might be the only person, don't quote me on this, but Infinite Charms might be one of the only people who has actively told other people about this channel. But y'all all know I'm shadow banned. You all agree that I'm shadow banned, but you tell me keep going. You don't want the integrity of my product to diminish, but you barely contribute financially. You barely comment, you barely like, you don't tell anybody to come watch my channel, but you swear that you're a supporter and you also know that I'm being shadow banned. Those things can't go together. And why am I saying this? Is it because I want to be famous? If I wanted to be famous, I would do some gay shit. If I want to be famous, I would just be gay. That's the easiest way to be famous right now. You ever seen the Island Boys? They have a new video of the Island Boys. I showed you them before. Now these identical twins are kissing each other for OnlyFans. No lie. I'm not even gonna show you guys. Go look up the Island Boys kissing if you want to see that. Two identical brothers kissing on the mouth for OnlyFans in order to keep their little bit of relevancy. I don't want to be famous for me. And that's the reason why I get offended when anybody tries to suggest that I'm trying to be famous for me. If another nigga had my fucking talking points, I want him to be famous. How about you find another nigga that's spitting his fire, bringing you actual fucking data receipts every week and bringing these unique conversations and is willing to have smoke with anybody on a public platform. Let me know who they are in the chat right now. And I'm not talking about people who make a 5-hour live stream about one fucking topic. You're talking about one topic all day. Let me know who's spitting this fire, and then I'm gonna put my crown down and give them the Receipt King title, and I'm gonna support them. Until then, you motherfuckers need to support me. Like I told you, nobody supported Nipsey Hussle until he got shot. Now everybody know who Nipsey Hussle is, and I see people rocking Nipsey Hussle, the marathon, and Crenshaw. You never been to Crenshaw. You don't know what Crenshaw is. You don't stand up for Crenshaw. You don't know how the Crenshaw Bowman Hills Plaza is being gentrified right now. You didn't care about Nipsey Hussle. You didn't care to support him, teach about him, anything, encourage him when he was alive. Now he's dead. You talk about we need more people like him. You see? So you tell me, what do you think, guys? I'm gonna read some comments because I mean shit. My sons are scared my sons are scared to meet me now. My sons are old enough where they could actually technically get an Uber and come see me. Y'all know that? My sons have already been brainwashed already to not see me. Do y'all know that? To be scared of the consequences that'll happen so they won't see me. They could have came and saw me this summer. The summer's about to be over. I haven't seen my sons. I could have finally saw them. And I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush what God has in store for me, but I wanted to see my sons. I want to see my kids. I want to see my children. I want to see my children. But now my children are brainwashed to not see me, to not want to see me, to not want to see me. Do you understand that, what I'm trying to tell you? It's like black women thinking that they want to wear a weave. Chucky, black women don't want to wear a weave, right? That's like black people talk about they want to eat chitlins. No sane person wants to eat chitlins. No sane person wants to put on an itchy hair hat that's inconvenient and doesn't even look like their natural hair. No natural person wants to do that under natural circumstances. Over unnatural circumstances, you've been conditioned to the point where you now believe it's your choice to do this. My kids now believe that they're making a choice. Like, they could have saw me. They could have saw me this week. I want to see them. Who can I run to go see my kids? Who can I run to see my kids, guys? Who can I tell? Oh, guess what? Oh, this is what you want me to do. You want me to bow down to the woman, because this is what a lot of black older men told me too. Just tell her, okay, and just do whatever she wants to see the kids. I'm gonna tell you the problem. Can anybody tell me the problem with just doing whatever society and the baby mother wants just so that you can see the kids. Because remember, you still don't have custody. She still has them all the time during the week. You still only get to see them every other weekend. But if you play by her rules and society's rules, then you get to see your kids once every other weekend. What's the problem with that? Can anybody guess? I'm going to tell you because you probably don't even know. The problem with that is now you're not a father. You're not yourself anymore. Because now when you see the kids, you can only tell them what things from this pre-approved list that the mother decided. Do you understand that? The mother decides what type of haircut he has, what type of this, what type of school he goes to, what you can say. You can't tell your children about this transgender stuff. You can't tell them nothing. So essentially, you're just the mother's version of a father. You're not even yourself. You don't have no right. You don't have no actual rights as a father. Your right is to be able to see them whenever she decides that you can see them. You're a visitor. That's what the government calls the non-custodial parent in the family court. The parent with the visitation. You have visitation. That's why they say you're visiting your children. But nobody's fighting for this. Nobody's mentioning this. Nobody sees a problem with this. Meanwhile, you see the problem with our community. No other community is kicking the men out like that. And so no other community is taking a nosedive. The Black American community is the only community that's kicked the father out. We have kicked the father out. We said we don't need him. I can do it myself. And so now I'm asking you, who do I go to? And don't tell me the court. You know, court, you don't even go to court anymore. Now court, they have court on the chat. They have court on a screen. You have to go to court and look at the judge and the jury on a little Zoom screen, on a little screen like I'm looking at you right now. You can't even look at the judge and plead with him like a human being or her as a human being and hope that you get justice. And Bryce came in and said, how did he miss the notification? Bryce, let me ask you, you're a smart guy. Why do you think you missed the notification? Why do you think YouTube did not tell you, even though you're one of the #1 subscribers who always catch the streams, why do you think I'm going live at 3 o'clock and nobody knows? But I'm on YouTube and you're subscribed to me, and they showed you a bunch of videos that you never asked for. They showed you a bunch of videos that you aren't even live, that are not live. You never subscribed to these channels, but you're still seeing all this shit up and down your feed. But you don't see my shit that you are subscribed to on your feed, guys. That's why I say we're either in hell or we're in some type of dream. This is not normal or real. None of this shit is normal or real. So again, I'm going to tell you, who do I go to when my son, if I find out my son is this? You know, my son's not even supposed to be contacting me. I'm not even technically supposed to be telling you this right now on, you know how deep this is? I shouldn't even be mentioning my son on the stream because my son's, the people who are guardians over my son right now, they watch my channel on some government informant shit. I got more people. I'm willing to believe I got more people watching me, waiting for me to fall and waiting for me to give up some vital information and waiting to see how they can conquer me than I do actual supporters. Or they're just people in between that's just here for the show. And again, if you're my actual supporter from the beginning, then shout out to you. Can y'all hear what I'm saying right now? But my whole point is this. You're telling me, you're going to tell me I'm complaining. But what happens if something happens to my kid? Let's just say my kid starts running the street and has a gun. Nobody's stopping him. My son gets shot in the streets, but I wasn't allowed to be in the life. Now, what's the #1 question you're going to ask? Where was the father? You know that, right? You know the number one question you're going to ask when something goes wrong with any of my kids is, where was the father? But you didn't allow the father to be there, guys. Wow. What world are we in? And I'm going to come back tonight with another video because I want to dissect this Beehive, and I'm not going to let the devil take that away. Because what's the reason why I'm on this Beehive so much? Why do I talk about the Beehive so much? Because we need to expose the people who were loud and wrong. Can somebody put that in the chat? Whether it's the people who voted for Joe Biden, do y'all know what I'm talking about? And then here's another thing I'm frustrated about. This weed in Texas is garbage. Can somebody put that in the chat? This weed in Texas is not even weed. This is not the same weed. This is not weed, guys. It's like that movie They Clone Tyrone. This is not Tyrone. This is not. The reason why I was on this Beehive so much, and the reason why I'm talking about the Beehive is why. Because we need to expose the people who are loud and wrong. Whether you talk about the people who voted for Joe Biden and told all of us to vote for Joe Biden, we need to find them and identify them and tell them they were loud and wrong. Do you understand that? Do you know that? Can somebody please tell me that? Like put that in the chat for me. The people who told us to take the vaccine and 6 other shots, the people who told us to vote for Kamala and Joe Biden, the people who told us that we were toxic for calling out the transgender community, all of these people were loud and wrong, and they need to be called out. And the thing about all those groups that I just named, these people were just very loud 2-3 years ago. We're not talking about trying to find a group of people from 50 years ago. I'm talking about the people who this past election, they told us to vote for Joe Biden. Those were black people. Amanda Seals and all these niggas loud and wrong. Where are they today? A lot of these niggas switched their position, never gave us an apology. Amanda Seals, she switched her entire position on Kamala Harris and the whole Joe Biden staff. But she never once apologized for calling niggas hoteps and all this other shit. She didn't apologize for making all these videos campaigning. She just said, all right, change my position. I hope I reserve the right to change my position. What? These people were loud and wrong with a very large platform. My little bitty platform, and God bless my little bitty platform, but I've been having these conversations, standing on this word, and it has never faltered. I have not been wrong. You can pull up a video when I had the little bitty dreadlocks. You can find a video when my hair was this short, then I was still going this hard, saying the exact same thing, looking in the camera this same way. You're not gonna find a video where I fucking apologize. What did Kanye say? Look, don't you ever fix your mouth. What did he say? Don't you ever fix your lips like collagen to say something that you're going to end up apologizing. Well, let me know if it's a problem then. I then holler then. Right? And that's what Kanye was saying, man. Wait till I get my motherfucking money right. And that's the frustration in America. I have another video. I have so many videos I can pull out. Another video this black man got, and I'm going to pull it out next stream. I'll pull it out next stream. Black man got pulled over. The cops made a mistake and they thought his car was stolen. He was taking his son and his nephew to a basketball tournament, 10, 11 years old, to a basketball tournament. The fucking cops surrounded him 7 cars deep and ran him down with guns drawn on the little boys. Then they come back, oh, we made a mistake. The black man started crying like a baby. Do you know that? I want to show you that video, but I'm going to show it to you next week when I got some time. The black man started crying like a baby when the police when he realized that the police made a mistake and they tried to come apologize to him. He cried like a baby. And why did he cry like a baby? Because at that moment he realized, whether he knew it before that moment or he knew it now, at that moment it was evident and he could not run away from the fact that he was a slave in America. This black man is a slave. No matter how big of a house you have, you got a car, you don't think you're a runaway slave? Oh, because you're taking your sons to
basketball practice and you have a license, you know, like me, I gotta ride dirty everywhere. So because this man has a license and he might even have a degree, he's an established, you know, established black man, right? He's taking his kids to, and this is a real video, I'm gonna show it to y'all. He's taking his kids to basketball practice. The cops run down on him with guns and made a mistake. This man started bawling, crying. Why? The frustration. The frustration of being in a position where you are genuinely helpless. And this is where we do have to talk about God, because the truth of the matter is, there was a man named James Baldwin who said to be black and to be relatively aware or to even be a little bit woke as a black person in America, that means you're going to be pissed off damn near all the time. This is what he said, because if you don't have God, if the idea of God coming down to fix this and making it all right, if that's not going to happen, then any black man that knows anything, you would be so outraged, you were ready to fuck shit up, because we've been disrespected by every fucking group. And you know, I love black women, but they love to point out, this is how you know black women are disingenuous with their conversation. They'll say the black woman is the most disrespected woman in America. Look, Malcolm X said that. And then you'll say, what else did Malcolm X say? Crickets. You see? They'll tell you that one quote that benefits them, and then you ask them to say anything else that the Bible says, or anything else that Malcolm says, crickets. Same thing with John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his one son, and all you got to do is believe in him. That's all you think that the Bible is. Ask them to say anything else in the Bible, they can't really even say it or bring nothing down. And Chucky, I've been telling people for a long time, niggas is lucky I believe in God. And I'm making some merchandise. That's gonna be one of the things on the shirt. You lucky I believe in God, because like I said, and I'm gonna play the video tonight. I'm gonna go ahead, give me some wine. I'm gonna relax. I broke my screen, but fuck it, it's just a superficial thing. I don't need a perfect screen. I'm gonna just keep on pushing, right? But it's like every fucking thing I have is taken or broken or stolen. Everything I have, including my children, guys. I want somebody to give me a realistic answer on what I should do. Should I turn myself into the police? You guys know I'm on the run from the police, right? Because I spanked my child, but my sons are contacting me. I can't even talk about the relationship I have with my sons. The little bitty runaway slave underground railroad conversations I'm having with my sons, I can't even tell y'all, because the enemies might be listening. The people who are watching my sons might physically beat my children. Listen to me right now, guys, because I'm going to say this. The people who are watching my children right now might physically, and I'm not exaggerating in the least, I'm being very literal. They might beat my children if they find out that my children reach out to me, or have reached out to me, have been reaching out to me, are reaching out to me, are thinking about reaching out to me. If you even have the idea of Joshua on your mind, they're going to beat you. That's a fact. I'm not talking hypothetical. Beating. My children are being beaten for asking for me. How about that? Somebody put that in the chat. Somebody tell me the answer to that one. And and mind you, I got a whole bunch. And mind you, anybody who ever touched my children, you're done. You're done. I don't even got to go into that. Like I told you, you're lucky. I'm ready for God to bring vengeance, because you don't want my version of vengeance. With God's version of vengeance, you might still be able to walk away. You hear me? You hear me, ladies? And all the motherfuckers who thought that they was gonna shit on a literal child of the Most High God. I'm not perfect, but I am one of the anointed ones. I've known that since I was little, and I'm very humble, but I am one of the anointed ones. The ones that can see that, they already saw that a long time ago. You know I'm one of the anointed ones, humbly speaking. But remember, the scripture says that even the elect can be deceived. So in no way am I trying to put myself in a position where I can't be touched, but I do know who the fuck I am. Let me also say this. You're not going to shit on one of the anointed and one of the saints of the Most High God and just walk away. You understand that? And you better hope that I don't get a hold of you before God does. Because my children are being beaten for asking for me. Killer. They say Killer timed out Chucky. I don't want to see no timing out. No timing out of anybody. Unless there's a reason to be timed out. I do not want to see anybody time out. Chucky is not to be timed out. Chucky is not to be timed out. Again, there's nowhere to run to. Hold on. There's nowhere to run to. You can't go to court. So again, that's the whole conversation with the Kanye West. Remember the Kanye West conversation we had? And by the way, if you're just tuning in, we're dissecting the Beehive. My internet started fucking up and my computer started doing this devil shit. So that means I got to come back for round 2 tonight. I was just going to do a stream today, but now I'm going to go buy a bottle of wine. I'm going to go buy some of this shitty ass Houston weed, and we're going to do another stream tonight. Because here's another thing. If something happens, obviously none of these niggas out here are spitting this fire like me. I'm being very real. Or somebody like Umar Johnson is spitting hella fire, right? Like, I fuck with Umar. He spits, I say 90% fire. 10% is like, all right, bro. But Umar Johnson, he's trying to capitalize off of his conversations instead of really, really, really bring it to the forefront. Like, for instance, Umar Johnson just recently met up with Suki Hana, but all we saw was the pictures that they put out. Nigga, put out the conversation, fuck, nigga. Why the fuck you have Suki Hana and you're Dr. Umar Johnson, and you were just all over telling black men that we don't need to be correcting a woman? You had a private conversation with Suki Hana, nigga? What, did she have you jumping in your pants? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. When niggas have the platform and the floor, they don't represent like they need to. Oh, you want to have a respectful behind-the-scenes conversation with Suki Hana. But guess what? Since they had that conversation, this is how I know that it didn't go any other way but Suki's way. Since they had that conversation, she came out with more content of the same. She's continuing to promote the content. She has not came out and denounced the content. So what does it matter, Dr. Umar, that you had a private conversation with Suki Hana? You need to have a public conversation to show us how to have the conversation. If you don't like the conversation that we're having on these podcasts and stuff like that, how about, Dr. Umar, you show what it's like to have a conversation with a Suki Hana live? Show it live. Don't have no preconceived list of questions. Just have a real live heart-to-heart about all the controversy and everything that you're talking about, Dr. Umar. Tell it to Suki. But no, you didn't do that. You failed to do that. Oh, maybe you're waiting for the school to open and then you're going to present the behind-the-scenes footage. These niggas want to wait and hold on to footage. If I'm ever holding on to footage, it's because it takes too long to edit and I don't have the time to edit videos. Did I tell you guys I edit my videos too? So for everybody telling me to do this and that, you know, I edit my videos, I find all the receipts, I strategize, it takes a long time to edit. The only reason why I would ever sit on any type of footage, or I'm about to bring it out on the next Monday. The longest you have to wait for me for footage is a week until next Monday, and then I'll bring you that footage. Because I got to get that shit out. What happens if I die? Lord forbid, what happens if my body perishes? Now, all that information that I was sitting on is just gone. And we know these niggas aren't having the conversation out here like that. No, I believe that the school is real. I know the school is real. I've seen him at the school. But what I'm saying is, my point is this. School or not, whatever the case, when it's time to have real conversation on the main platform, you need to have it. And so when we're talking about the Beehive, this is a big conversation that needs to be had, and it's going into my whole point. And because I'm a black man, it's going to look like I'm complaining because I'm the demographic that's being affected by it, right? This is why we need other people who are not in the demographic to speak for us, but we can't expect anybody who's not a black man to speak for black man's issues. And again, we've been conditioned as a society to not care about the black man's issues. But now here's the funny part. I'm about to get out of here. Here's the funny part about all of that. Now the black woman is fighting amongst herself and fighting all the same people that we tried to warn her about. I'm wondering now, do they still think that we're the common enemy number one? Are we still public enemy number one? That's my question. Here's one last question before I get out of here. I'm gonna read some comments. How long do you think it'll take, or how long, or what will it take for people to start asking for our help? Like, it really kind of already happens, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when something happens now, it's there was this I saw a video, this dude, I guess he's like a gay dude or something, and he was dancing, and did you guys see that footage? Some dude got stabbed at some, I guess it was at the gas station, and the story is he was dancing and he was dancing like a gay person, and somebody had a problem with him dancing, being gay, and so they stabbed him. They got into an argument and stabbed him. That's what the story is. I don't know how much of the story is missing and how much context is missing, but that's what's going around. So now, of course, here comes everybody. Oh, you don't speak for us. We need people to speak for us. See, this is what happens when you're existing and you're gay. People go around stabbing you, which is not true. By and large, nobody's getting stabbed for being gay. Nobody's getting pulled out the fucking police, out their car by the police because they're gay. That's just not happening. But of course, that one incident is going to propel them. But why did I bring that up? Now they're going to ask the same people that they were calling hoteps and all this stuff. They're going to ask us to speak out for them. And yes, anybody, if that's the story, that somebody got stabbed because they were just innocently dancing in a way that somebody thought was gay, of course, who in their right mind would justify that? But that's what I'm telling you, these issues are being purposely conflated. You got people like Conscious. Conscious has 50,000 subscribers. Think about that. Now, I don't know how many, you can buy subscribers now. You can buy followers, you can buy likes and buy views. But out of 50,000 subscribers, let's just say he bought some of them or whatever. How many of those people do you think are real? I'm willing to bet at least 10, 20,000. So you got, let's just say out of 50,000 subscribers, only 10,000 of those are actual human beings. Everybody else is a bot account or whatever. That's still 10,000 human beings that are being propagated with this message. And those 10,000 people are going to go out in their real world and build upon that foundation, build on that propaganda. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? Versus somebody like me who's bringing a perspective that's rarely talked about. They don't want me to have a lot of subscribers, because if I have a lot of subscribers, regardless, 10,000 people are going to see this. This is information that's not put out on TV or nothing. So now 10,000 people are going to have a conversation that they never had before. Are they going to use it? Are they going to agree with it? Are they going to do something in real life with it? Who knows? But now 10,000 people are now in possession of some new information. This is what I'm trying to tell you why I'm so frustrated, because they're hiding my information. It's no different if I had the best restaurant in town and my shit was under a bridge in between a tunnel. Nobody can see my restaurant. So why the fuck would I continue to cook these 10, these 5-course meals and these, 5-star meals for who? Yes, and the ones who come here, I'm doing it for y'all too, but you got to understand, y'all already agree with me. What's the point of preaching to the choir? If you guys agree with me, the most we can do is reinforce our belief. I can bring you up some of the new news. I want to have conversations with people I disagree with, people who disagree with me, people who've never heard this shit, and I'm going to blow their mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people who join my chat, you guys already understand me. You feel me? You agree with me? You know what I'm talking about? What's revolutionary about having a conversation with everybody who already knows the same thing? That's why I get frustrated when it's only a few people in the chat. It's not to disparage you or dismiss you guys who are here all the time. I'm asking you, you don't think it's weird that no matter what time of day I go live on YouTube, I don't get any new traffic? That's not even how the internet works. You're accidentally going to stumble on a motherfucking live stream. Nobody accidentally. Hey, what's this guy talking about? Nobody? Do not, guys, please do not block this person. And here's another thing y'all do that pisses me off. I told you I want new people in the chat, and when somebody comes in and starts trolling, you block them. Let the trolls come in and say what they have to say. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. I want to expose anybody. I want to be exposed. I want people to call me and expose me. That's what I want. So a troll, why would you block them? Let them be a troll. Let them call in. Hey, Mr. YP, tell me what you think about what I'm saying. Hold on. How do I invite people to my how do I invite people to my, I forgot how to invite. Hold on. Guests. Invite. If anybody wants to call in real quick, I'm about to get out of here because I gotta charge my shit, and I'm about to come back tonight. I wasn't gonna do a stream tonight because I just was gonna actually just do it right now. But since you two wanna fuck with my shit and my shit wanna malfunction, I'm about to call it out. Because we're not gonna, this is one thing we're not gonna let happen. You're not gonna keep on acting like we're just some crazy, toxic, all these stupid ass words, and then when shit hits the fan, you're gonna come ask for our help. And I'm also doing this to prove why Black men need to be listened to from our community. Fuck the other communities. We know that they don't care about us. We've already come to that conclusion. I showed you the footage last week. Do you remember I showed you the footage last week of the Asian woman said, I live in a $3 million house. She told the police, after she went on a high-speed chase, she told the police, I'm Asian. I live in a $3 million house. You're treating me like some little black boy in the wrong neighborhood. Remember? So even these other nations know how the police treat us in America. They're not fighting it. And everybody will come and tell the black man to calm down, and you're just go get a job. Go pick yourself up by the bootstraps. That's a spell. So we've already accepted that, right? We're here in the world. The black man has to understand you cannot listen to all the chatter. They're trying to distract you from the truth. You are the only one that's been uncomfortable this entire time. You don't know any black people that have inheritances from their grandfather. Remember Donald Trump? Donald Trump said, I just had a small loan of $1 million. That's how I started. A small loan of $1 million. That shows you how much money he had his entire life. And that was $1 million for his business. How many black men have $1 million from their father that they can start a business with, and they're going to say that was just a small loan? Or what about the other dude that's throwing the all-white parties, Michael Rubin? Turns out he said he invested his money from his fucking bar mitzvah. How many black men had a fucking bar mitzvah where the community came together and gave them money for their future that they could invest? Now they own the Philadelphia 76ers and all this shit. How many? You see? Bryce, what is this YouTube link we put in the chat? By the way, guys, I promise I'm about to get out of here. I have to get this shit off my chest because it's just, some days I can sit with it, other days I'm just frustrated because I'm like days like today. I'm not working today. I'm off today. And then when I see this a bunch of other shit, I'm like, wow. There's no answer for these things. The most that people will tell you is go, just get over it. You know how things are. Da 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 da. I told you, here's another thing. Our sister Corinne Prescott, that was at the Black Lives Matter rally, somebody spit in her face because she was trying to rally for racism. She wasn't even part of Black Lives Matter. Remember, I told you. Here's another thing that they did. They convinced you that everything black, everybody black was automatically a Black Lives Matter member. And we were the ones destroying the neighborhood. That's what they convinced you. Remember that? 2020. They convinced you everybody black is a Black Lives Matter member. And that's who's destroying the community. Our sister Corinne Prescott recently got spit in her face, and they called her on the news, they're calling her a Black Lives Matter protester. Guess who didn't give her any money towards her legal fees? Guess who's not marching for her? Guess who's not using any of their $90 million that they got? Black Lives Matter. So do you see that they'll use Black Lives Matter to demonize us? Meanwhile, Black Lives Matter isn't even here for us. You see? The people who run Black Lives Matter get to make 90 million and run off to the sunset after destroying our shit and completely detouring a worthy cause. Somebody like George Floyd, you step on his neck and then you have the nerve to blame him for taking drugs. What does your foot on his neck have to do with the drugs in his system? Let's just say, because again, there was conflicting reports. People got mad at Kanye when he said that. But let's just say, for all intents and purposes, that George Floyd was on fentanyl. He was high out of his mind. Fentanyl, crack, weed, ecstasy, and rosé wine, right? Where does your knee on his neck fit into for 8 minutes, 9 minutes? Where does that fit into the equation? Again, these are the plain conversations that seems like nobody's willing to have. So you're going to get caught up on the fact that he was doing fentanyl. You're going to get it caught up on the fact that this, blah, 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 blah. You're going to get it caught up on all these other stuff, but you're not going to talk about the facts. Why? Because we've been conditioned to accept this reality. The fact that I'm out here and haven't, well, I don't know if I've lost my mind. Does anybody know how can you tell when you've lost your mind? Put it in the chat. Just so, because I need to figure something out real quick. Somebody tell me how you know you haven't lost your mind. Like what are some telltale signs that you've lost your mind? I mean, me, I guess I would say you're wearing the same dirty wife beater for 3 weeks. You know, you have lint in your hair and you're walking down the street screaming and ranting and raving. But then again, hell, I'm walking down the street right now ranting and raving. I'm ranting and raving on my phone. Shit. So I already fit 3 or 4, 3, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 of the description. I might be losing my mind. Here's another thing. Are you sane on Monday and then on Tuesday you're just insane? Is that how it works? You were sane on Monday, you were barely sane, but then by Tuesday, finally the straw that broke the camel's back. Now that's it. I'm insane now. Does anything happen to make you insane? I mean, these are questions we need to ask. Am I already insane? Because it really bothers me. Like, I'm showing you conversations. I was the one who brought this cisgender shit up. I can show you the footage where I asked you guys, do you know what cisgender is? Nobody had heard of it. I'm the one who went blackface in Houston. Nobody knew what blackface was in 2017. I was out in the streets. They couldn't imagine what it was. Why was he doing it? I said, you never heard of blackface? I'm showing you groundbreaking conversation. And at this point, I have to have faith in God that the few people I'm talking to is going to make a ripple effect. And here's one of the last things I'll say. I'm not even supposed to be talking to my sons. I barely get to talk to my sons. Whenever they reach out to me, they're not supposed to reach out to me. Guys, are you listening to me? Who's in charge here? Who has the authority to tell a little boy he can't reach out to his father? How? Who's enforcing it? Who's enforcing this madness? And I'm gonna give you a sneak peek into the video that I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm gonna show you a video tonight. All praise be to the Most High God. And guess what, guys? Conscious TV blames the patriarchy. Believe it or not. Give him a round of applause. He didn't do it until about an hour and 6 minutes into the video. But in the video that I was showing you, where he's talking about what a real woman is versus a cis woman and all this other stuff, he finally goes back and blames the big bad patriarchy. That's what it all comes back to. They cannot wait to find a way to place blame on the easy target, aka the scapegoat. That's actually deep because they talk about the scapegoat in the Bible, where they talk about there was basically a scapegoat, like a goat. There's a reason why it was called the scapegoat. Like they used to, it was part of sacrifice too, but there was an actual reason that they would. I think they would put all the sins on the goat, on the sheep or whatever, and then they would send it off. They would let it escape. Like they're sending off their sins. All the people will put all their sins on this goat and let it escape. It's an escape goat. This is what the black man has been for everybody, a scapegoat. It's just easier to do it that way because everybody already accepts it. And then when you get a glitch in the matrix like a Kevin Samuels, you assassinate him. This is the craziest part. I couldn't even breathe when they killed Kevin Samuels. I was eating pizza with this girl, and she told me, she said she was reading her phone. She said, "Oh, Kevin Samuels was found unresponsive at his apartment or at his penthouse or whatever." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, it says here." And she showed me, she said, "Kevin Samuels found unresponsive." I'm like, I just got up, I just grabbed my chest like, I'm coming home, like Red Fox. I'm coming home. I turned into Red Fox. I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, you get one person to even step foot outside of the matrix and you immediately kill him. You couldn't even, wow, 1 year. He was famous for 1 year, guys. Hold up. I'm about to whoop that nigga. I thought this dude took my laptop. Kevin Samuels was famous for 1 year. You already assassinated him. In 1 year. And that's another thing that's frustrating. I've seen so many of my black men that are myself get assassinated. Kevin Samuels, that was me, got assassinated. Joshua Brown, who testified against, you don't even know about these names. Who was the one that's keeping these names alive? Who's the one that's even telling you about the names to begin with? Did the news tell you about Joshua Brown as it relates to him being assassinated? Or did the news tell you about Joshua Brown? He was a drug dealer that just got shot. That's the end of the story. You see what I mean? So when they assassinated Joshua Brown, I felt that shit. When they assassinated Kevin Samuels, I felt that. When they assassinated, put in the chat, Darren Seals, can y'all hear me? I'm about to get out of here, guys. The sun is beaming on me. I can't even get no help off in the chat. Darren Seals. Go look these names up. Darren Seals was the originator, the real Black Lives Matter. He was assassinated for exposing this. And that's the one that hurt me the most. I'm not even going to lie. Darren Seals, for some reason, that one hit me the most. I think it's because he was on YouTube, and he was on YouTube. You know, that's what it was. Like Joshua Brown, I mean, Kevin Samuels, obviously, but Darren Seals, when they assassinated him and they shot him and they burned him. Listen to me, guys. I don't know which one they did first. What do you think they did first? Shot him, then burned him, or burned him, then shot him? And it's important to know, because if it were to happen to me, I would want you guys to know how it happened. If it happened to me, I would want you to question, did they shoot him first and then burn him, or did they burn him and then shoot him? These are the uncomfortable thoughts that you need to be haunted with. because only then maybe would you do something about it. When you realize that the few people that are stepping out of the matrix that look like you, that are doing something for the community, they are being shot and killed, burned alive. You understand that? Burned alive. Micah Johnson. You know how they killed Micah Johnson allegedly, right? Does anybody know how they killed Micah Johnson allegedly? What's the other dude's name? Christopher Dorner. How did they kill Christopher Dorner? How did they kill Micah Johnson? And mind you, they didn't even assassinate them. They just straight out slaughtered them. Assassination would insinuate, you know, something covert, something, you know, a conspiracy. When it comes down to Micah Johnson, they sent an artificial intelligence robot. You thought you knew about artificial intelligence. They brought the robots out on this nigga early. You remember, they're just now bringing the little dog robots out and shit. Micah Johnson got the first, he got the first taste of the AI, and this was what, 10 years ago, maybe almost? When was Micah Johnson? I'm willing to bet that was seven years ago at least. So then again, the frustration comes in. You can't turn this way. You can't speak to this person. Nobody's going to fix the situation. I wish I could go to court. You know, I would go to court if court was actually filled with justice. If you can go into court and represent yourself. How about that? If you could actually go into court and speak like a normal adult and represent yourself, instead of you have to have a lawyer that went to school for 12 years just to understand how to speak. Is that not suspicious to you? And by the way, I'm burning up out here. I am burning up, but I have to get this off my spirit. I feel like I'm being detoxed right now. I'm detoxing from all this shit. I cracked my screen. It is what it is. I gotta detox this shit out of my system. God told me not to give up. Look, I made a covenant with the Most High God. God told me not to give up, but he did not tell me that I can't complain. These women and their, man, that's my thing, man. These women, oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Have you ever noticed how men of all stature, and I try not to do this, I don't even let them see me looking, but a lot of men will be having a real, genuine, real conversation, and then all you got to see is a booty pass us. We just stop what we're doing. That's my problem too. I'm showing you my flaws. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But here's the thing. Do you want a king? Like, if you had to have a king, and don't say you don't have to have a king or a leader or a teacher, because you didn't have a problem with the red man being my 3rd grade teacher. You didn't have a problem with the red man being my 9th grade teacher. You made sure that they had a paycheck and they had respect in the community, and all they had to do was teach. Why is it when a black man says he's a teacher, we don't need no teachers? You need to do more than that. Did you ever ask my elementary school teacher to build a school too? Or wasn't it enough that my 5th grade teacher just showed up to the school that they did not build, and they just were in their little class teaching mathematics, teaching social studies? But for some reason, you want the black man to teach, build the school, and like Umar Johnson said, you want us to take care of the kids. Think about it. Think about what Umar Johnson said. He wants us to take care of the kids that aren't ours, but the black woman is not allowing the man who actually has biological kids. She's not even allowing the biological father to take charge.
Father, you may be a damn good father, but guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father? You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she's been raising 2/3 of the kids by herself for 50 years? And the minute she raised her voice, we say she not.
This is her voice. You see? You see? That same old trope. This is why you have to stop the bullshit. People say, J-LEETHAL, you need to learn how to let, and especially in my real life, Joshua, you need to learn how to let people talk. Why? So they can so they can build on a foundation of bullshit. Somebody put that in the chat. Why would I let certain people talk and build on a foundation of bullshit? When Umar Johnson starts the conversation talking about that the black woman had to be a single mother for 50 years. That's not true. That's just simply not true. And then you're going to try to pull semantics out, and you're going to try to talk for 50 years, and you're going to try to use all this extra big words just to move the goalposts. I'm tired of people not being able to have a conversation. So tonight, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to recap what I was talking about today, and I am going to show you the part of the panel where Conscious TV talks to Black women. I didn't see all of it. I just saw the first 3 minutes, and I can tell you that Conscious TV is not for the Black woman. Conscious TV is not an ally of the Black woman. Conscious TV is an ally of the gay community. Conscious TV is an ally of the transgender community. And this is the same reason a lot of Black people call the transgenders out, and they talk about B1, because are you Black first or are you gay first? Are you Black first or are you a woman first in this society? Now, if you just ask somebody that spiritually or whatever the case, personally, how do they feel? But no, in this society, how do you identify? In this society, in other words, how do you think you are seen first? Black or gay? Black or trans? Black or man? Black or woman? In every instance, the only answer is you're seen as a nigga. Remember, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga. So anybody that doesn't understand that you're Black first, that's the goddamn problem. Anybody who's not willing to put their Blackness as a priority, because that is the most prioritizing thing right now, you're fucking up. So when Conscious TV comes on here and he's trying to take up for the transgender community, he's showing where his allyship is. And that's exactly going back to my point. These transgenders and everybody else, they're not here for you, Black woman. And we are here for you. We're just harsh. We're just loud. We're abrasive. We're aggressive. We're all of these other things. Okay. But which one are you going to deal with? You're going to deal with this loud, aggressive, abrasive person who's actually with you at the end of the day and is actually going to fight for you at the end of the day. Or you're going to be with all these other motherfuckers who are going to run off on you and turn their back on you and actually attack you once the going gets rough. Or are you going to separate, like a lot of you do, and think that you can do this independent woman shit, like the woman I showed you that said that her son was sexually assaulted? Did you remember the woman that I showed you last week? She said, my son was sexually assaulted at the daycare, I believe. So I need people on TikTok to help me. What's the number one question that you should ask if some Black woman gets on TikTok making 50 videos talking about somebody touched her son's bottom? What's the number one question? It's not even saying you don't believe her. You can 100% believe this woman. But what's the number one question you should ask? The number one question that nobody's asking until it's too late. You see the news. Notice every time you hear one of these little kids getting fucked or one of these kids getting their throat slit or beat up because they peed in the bed and they got beat to the point where the mother's new boyfriend put them in a sheet and put them in the woods. Notice what the cops never say. Notice what the news never says. They say the mother is going to jail for neglect. The mother's new boyfriend is going to jail for murder. The boy or the little girl is staying at the grandmama's house, because remember, there's no grandfathers in the Black community. I wonder why that is. There's no big daddy's house. It's only big mama's house. So tell me why it's only big mama's house. So when the baby mom does that, she's with the new boyfriend, right? The kid dies. Guess what the news says? The mother's new boyfriend is in jail for murder. The mother is in jail for neglect and to be an accomplice. The baby is now with the grandmother. There's no grandfather. And guess what the news never asked? The news never asked, where is the goddamn father, the actual father? Can we get inside of the story? And if the 1 out of 100 people who do ask, where are the father? There's 2, okay, out of 100 times, only 2 people are going to ask, where's the father? One person's going to ask, where's the father, just to be condescending and to try to place blame on the father. The other person is going to genuinely ask, where's the father? But they're going to be tricked and bamboozled when the mother says, he ran away, he was toxic, this and that, I had to leave, he was abusive. Isn't it funny how all these women who ran away from abusive relationships end up with their kid fucked in the ass and killed and wrapped up in a blanket from the mother's new boyfriend? Talk to me. Put a fire and emoji in the chat if you heard what I said. That's my final fucking shit. I'm getting out of here. Isn't it a fucking irony that all you women that are so independent run away from your baby father who was so toxic? You run to the arms of a nigga who fucks your daughter and beats your son for peeing in the bed at 2 years old. Talk to me. You kill him yourself. Yeah, you kill him yourself. Talk to me in the chat. If you don't get the mother's new boyfriend to do it, you hear me? If the mother's new boyfriend doesn't do it, you kill him yourself.
Breaking news night continues now on Cleveland's west side. Everywhere at 5 o'clock, we told you about the death of a 16-month-old.
New at 6, neighbors telling 19 News the child left home alone while the mother went on vacation. The mom now charged with murder. Our Katie Wilson has been working her sources all day long on this horrific case.
She's live with a glimpse of what this little girl's family life was really like. Katie.
Brian, Tiffany, it's hard to imagine how this could possibly happen. 31-year-old Crystal Candelario now in jail. Neighbors say she left her baby at home to die. And making matters worse, neighbors I spoke to say they would have gladly taken in this 16-month-old if they had only known. According to court records, 1-year-old J-LEETHAL Candelario was found in this home on West 97th Street Friday. Neighbors I spoke to say they were shocked and heartbroken to hear the news because they got to know and love little J-LEETHAL. They say they took J-LEETHAL in many times when Candelario went to work, even describing her as one of their own. According to these neighbors, Candelario left J-LEETHAL often.
It wasn't really her mom that was taking care of her, it was her grandma that was mostly taking care of her. Her mom always wanted to go out and just left her with her grandma and all that.
That neighbor we spoke to says that Candelario's grandparents also lived in that home, but they're on a separate trip right now. Her bond was set at $1 million. We're still waiting on the medical examiner to tell us how exactly little J-LEETHAL died. Any updates we do get, we will pass along to you on air, online, and on our streaming platforms. Live in Cleveland, Katie Wilson, 19 News.
You see? You see, but nobody wants to question that until it's too late. Think about it. These women are strong and independent up until the moment they're on the news. Does anybody find that suspicious? Black men are never honored for being good fathers. You always find a way, whether we're there or not, to blame us. But the black woman or the woman in general, she's an independent, strong, single mother up until she's on the news. How is it that you're not ever examined until the moment your baby's dead on the news? Now you're going to jail. Now we want to wonder what happened to the community and what happened and where was this? And you still never ask where the father was. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to come back tonight solo. I know I didn't tell anybody I was going to go live. I just happened to randomly go live. I wanted to show this video, and solo, just so you're clear, you didn't miss much. You just saw me showing of Conscious TV. I'm going to be not having a conversation with Conscious TV because I told you he is not allowed on my channel until he can show that he can have a real conversation, which I don't think he can. But I am going to be reacting to a Conscious TV video. Why? Because Conscious TV exposed himself and he showed that he does not stand with the black woman or with women in general. Conscious TV, as I suspected, has an alliance, an unbreakable alliance with the gay and the transgender community, and that overrides the Beehive, that overrides the woman, the natural cis women. I'm going to say it again. There is a fracture, a rupture. There is a split, a divide. There is a war going on in the Beehive. No man, no woman, no cis woman, no cis transgender woman, no flamboyant. None of them is safe from this war. So the next time I see you, which will probably be tonight if the Lord permits. But you know I am a runaway slave. Holler at me later. And go watch the stream back for a minute. I got a little mad, but I'm okay now. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to hurt anybody else. These are just some of the things that go through my head, all my aggression. I don't know where to put my aggression. I need to get back in the Bible too. I need to get back in the Bible. So the next time I see you, holler at your boy. Vibrate higher.